This is a Danger Entertainment podcast. DangerEntertainment.net. Danger Entertainment Podcast Network.
Please note that any comments, jokes, questions, maybe, anything that we say on the History of Bad Ideas is all in good fun. And remember, we insult everybody. Our thoughts, opinions, questions, anything else, actions that we do on the show do not reflect any of our employers, organizations, advertisers, or anyone else that is associated with the History of Bad Ideas. And remember, at the end of the day, it's just a joke.
It's about comic books and movies, growing up with Rokusuki. Superman before Zack Snyder ruined him. Michael Keaton was the best Batman, while Christian Bale was just deadpan. No one remembers the other ones. Princess Leia in bikinis and Transformer Lamborghinis. Please don't let Shia LaBeouf ever act again.
Please, God, no.
Remembering Tales from the Crypt, back when Michael Bay wrote good scripts.
He wrote
And all
scripts.
right here is no mystery, 'cause it's the history of bad.
It's bad.
It's the history of bad.
So bad.
It's the history of bad ideas. It's the history of bad.
It's bad.
It's the history of bad.
So bad.
It's the history of bad ideas. Podcast.
Welcome to the History of Bad Ideas, episode number 286. I'm Jason.
I'm Jeff.
And I'm Scab Jeff.
Sure.
Scab Jim Blake.
Okay.
Well, after last week, Jeff, you're my second favorite person on Hobie.
After me.
What?
Yeah, somehow, Jeff, you're still my love.
So you're not even your favorite person
Would
on.
he be your favorite person?
Well, if
I
I,
don't
were
like
him, I might be.
I don't even like myself in regular life. Why would I like myself on the show?
He listens to his impersonations. He knows they're bad.
My cocaine. Damn it, I was supposed to say my cocaine, not Michael Caine. My cocaine. Anyways, I'm back. These fuckers can all die.
Oh, come on.
I'm hurt.
Have you listened to the whole show?
I did.
So you heard our apology at the end?
Well, that's like saying no offense and then insulting the person. It's still offense.
No offense.
No offense, Jeff. You're an asshole. No offense. Why are you upset?
Oh, I'm not taking offense to that.
No. It was in good fun. Made me cry.
We kid because we love.
I was riding home on the bus this afternoon, finishing up the episode. I was crying crying by myself, and people were like, "Are you okay?" I was like, "My podcast hates me."
Just because our top 5 was top 5 things that are fun to do without Jason.
What was number one? Because I never listened to your show.
Yes. Number 1 for both Jim and I was sex. We would rather Jason not be there for sex.
You know what? I appreciate that. I don't want to have sex with you, be with you guys while I'm having sex either. Scab Jeff, maybe. Something about the bald head. Scab Jeff is here. He is filling in. We're actually recording this on a special night because my wife's birthday is coming up. So we usually record on Tuesdays. So this week we're recording on Monday.
Yeah, but
I thought we'd
Mrs.
try-
Jason
I thought it would be a good
has a
husband.
birthday, and Jason is...
Do you think she has the same number one as you?
We discussed it, yeah. We think she's the reason for the list.
I don't think so. There's a reason she's staying around for this long.
Ah.
It's not money.
Well, that's true. It is that podcast, though. She doesn't want to leave you
that's
right
true.
before that
That's
starts rolling in.
It rolled in.
No, but
It will.
As soon as she leaves you is when it will start
rolling.
trickling in.
That's right. So Scab is stopping by, and he's guesting this week, so we appreciate that. So don't send all your hate mail. You just guess Scab Jeff is here. You know.
Well, I assume that's why it's been 4 months since you even invited me on.
Oh, it has not.
It totally has. After Oscars was
Really?
the last time I was on.
It's
Really?
been 4 months since the Oscars?
Okay.
Wow.
February.
I apologize. I didn't realize it's been that long. Second, dear God, it really went that quick. I apologize for that, Scab.
The older you get, the faster time goes.
It does. So we, us three are back. We did have a Twitter poll of the week before we get into anything else. This was a big one.
You want to go first as the Twitter poll?
Well, it's the best news of the day.
Yeah, okay.
So, Twitter poll of the week. We had, without Jason on the show last week, who was the most annoying? Who was the most annoying?
I agreed with Intern Hackney saying this was a terrible poll, pitting us against each other.
I know,
think
I feel
were
bad.
All equally great.
Or horrible. The options are Jeff, Jim, Blake, and Intern Hackney.
Hackney!
I heard did a really good job on the outline last week.
Outline was great. We
No
didn't get
misspellings?
confused- We didn't get confused over anything that we were supposed to talk about.
Well, the option, in last place with 12% of the vote before we went to air, it ended. Jeff now.
12?
Oh, my outline says 0%.
Oh no, it was updated.
I was gonna
Oh,
say
I
like
was
all
a-
the millions of people who vote, 0%. That's an achievement.
I was happy with the 0.
12%.
12, that's a big jump from 0, too.
It was you, wasn't it?
I didn't vote. I can't vote. I
You
put the
can't
poll
vote
up.
it, yeah. Well, you can use other people's accounts to vote
I don't have another account.
that we know of.
No, I really don't.
I don't know. Somebody is Hobie Blake, and it's not Blake.
Blake is on Twitter at Hobie Blake. Follow him at Hobie Blake.
Not Blake at Hobie Blake.
It's not me. I swear to you, it's not me. So 18% tied for second and third. Jim and Blake at 18%.
Oh.
And with 52% of the vote, Intern Hackney
Hackney!
is the worst, is the most annoying.
He wasn't even on.
But that's how annoying he is. So congratulations, Intern Hackney. You might be up for a floppy this year. If you win, you'll have more than Scab Jeff.
I'll win this year.
What are you going to win for?
I'll figure it out.
Okay. Your book, Titanic? The True Story of Zombies?
I've already lost for that.
Oh.
Somebody else won Best Zombie Titanic book.
Gotham.
Yeah, Gotham.
Gotham.
So Ben McKenzie is going to be at the Cincinnati Comic Expo. He plays Commissioner Gordon in Gotham. I'm going to try to present him a floppy award.
I think you should get him to sign Zombies, the true
True
story.
story.
Of the Titanic disaster.
I think that would be good.
I'll give him a free copy if he reviews it on Amazon.
You could give him a free book, a crate of them.
Oh. He doesn't have a whole crate.
That's right, they didn't print that many.
I'm not arguing. It's not my best-selling book.
Anyways, Jeff, regular Jeff, anything excited with you?
Exciting. Let's see. Well, I know I discussed it on the show last week that I was at Origins. Mm-hmm. And
Nice write-up, nice review.
Okay, thank you.
I enjoyed it.
I hope it went well.
The pictures were really good.
Yes, the pictures are great to listen to me just talk about. So I took pictures of the games that I played just so I would remember.
I did see that. I actually follow on Facebook. I just don't listen.
I talked about the games while using the pictures as reference. So, so people not watching or looking at the Facebook pictures probably had to just imagine what I was talking about. But I want to say I was disappointed at AEG, Alderac Entertainment Group, or whatever, makers of my favorite game, Smash Up.
Yes.
They did not have a booth.
Really?
And had a tiny presence after they put out their newest expansion of Smash Up, where they gave you like the world tour, and they gave you a backstage pass, and you come to their booth during and they had a list of all the summer game cons that were going on, Origins being the first one on the list, and they weren't even there.
Where would you have gotten?
Well, when I asked them on Twitter, I'm like, okay, I'm at Origins, where are you? And they're like, this person will be at the big bar between 8 and 10, or 8 and 12. And I'm like, great, I got an event between 8 and 12. I won't see you then. I suppose I don't get a pin. I'm like, a pin? You're giving away a pin. I don't even want a fucking
I just
pin.
do like a deck, like a new set or something.
Or something, yeah.
Just like one new one. What is the new Smash Up expansion?
It was the On Tour or whatever it was.
Yeah.
It was the one with the Mounties and Sumo and Luchadors and Musketeers.
Did you get it yet?
Yeah, I got it. And with it came the backstage pass that when you presented at these, and I'm like, I went to Origins. I was expecting, I don't know. They said something about they were going to have like maybe special events or contests and things. No, they were barely there. They had one representative who was handing out crap at the big bar if you tracked her down.
If you haven't played Smash Up, it's a fun game. It really is. And,
I just want to say it because it's one of my favorite games, and they got my hopes up thinking something was going to happen, and they had absolutely no plans for it to happen.
Bastards. I think that you should at least get something free from them.
I know Blake is going to Gen Con. I'll give him my pass and see if he stumbles upon them, if he's willing to get something if they have it. But I was disappointed.
Scab?
So I'm calling out AEG.
I thought for a second you said AGT. I was like, what's America's Got Talent doing wrong?
A lot.
I love
they
that show.
exist.
Shut
That's
up.
what they're doing wrong.
Scab Jeff, anything new with you?
It's been 5 months, 4 months.
Okay,
So I'm like a different person.
So what's new with you? Are you engaged?
I'm not engaged, no.
Okay.
Not yet.
Are you married?
Not yet.
Okay. Just saying.
I broke my lawnmower yesterday.
Ooh.
That's not a good thing.
It was pretty spectacular. I hit this big piece of wood, and then there was some sort of commotion or whatever, and then I found out that the gas cap was gone, and I looked everywhere, and it's just nowhere to be found. So I'm like, I'm not going to put something over the top of it. I'll just buy a new lawnmower. So I did.
I bought that 2 months ago. I bought a new one. No oil changes ever. It's a Toro.
No oil changes.
You got to put oil in it, but you don't have to change it. So that's nice.
Okay.
Did you know you have to do oil changes with a lawnmower?
I didn't know you couldn't do oil changes.
Yeah.
Like,
It's designed so you never have to do an oil
it's
change.
designed so it burns all the oil out.
I guess so.
Before you put in new oil.
I guess so. But mine was 14 years old, my old one, and the cord ripped when I was started.
That sucks.
And it was dying anyways. Like, it was not cutting as well. And I was like, yeah, I could get this fixed, or I could just buy a new one. 14 years is a pretty good time for a lawnmower. Welcome to John Deere Talk, sponsored by John Deere.
Well, the last time my lawnmower broke was, I probably hadn't put oil in it for a while. So it seized up, and then I decided, I'm not ever cutting the grass again. So I'm going to have other people do that for me.
And it works out well.
Does.
I enjoy cutting grass. Scab?
I didn't know oil was a thing in a lawnmower. Maybe that's why my lawnmower died.
Check the new lawnmower. Do you never put oil in it? You've never put oil in it?
When I first got my old one, I may have put it in right when I got it. It's probably 5 years old. But,
Did you get the old 1950s push lawnmower?
well, it was automatic. Like I pushed down one of the bars and it goes automatically.
You need to check that out, Jeff.
Well, it already blew up, so I got a new one.
You might want to check the new one.
Check the new one. You got an owner's manual?
I'm sure I haven't opened it yet, but
Oh, okay. At least you have. Okay, you should have oil come with it. Maybe you should have taken it back and get the one I have. No oil changes. Just put oil in
He
it.
might have that one.
It does go through oil.
I think it is a Toro.
Okay, so you might be.
But when I was cutting the lawn with the old one, I was like halfway done when the gas cap came off, so I finished it with the gas cap off, and I
Sounds
could see
regional.
gasoline just going out onto the lawn the whole time. So I was a little concerned that if I went back out there with a hot lawnmower, the whole lawn would catch on fire. So it rained today, so it should be good, right?
Oh yeah, because the water and gas do really well. I want to see this. I wish you would have done it and then filmed it just to see what happened. Just to see what happened. Thank you for lawnmower talk. How do I get grubs out of my grass? Well, let me explain to you.
You pour gasoline on it.
What's the answer to everything? Pour gasoline on it. Oh, it's good to have you here, Scab. I was on vacation.
Yeah, so how was your vacation?
It was okay.
Just okay. Oh, you're with the in-laws.
No comment.
For the in-laws who may happen to listen, it was great, huh?
Yeah. It was, we went to Michigan, went to the beach. Unfortunately, it never got higher than 65 degrees except for one day.
You say it like that's a bad thing.
Well, when you have kids that want to go into the lake, it's pretty rough.
They can still go in.
They did, but the water was freezing. I think one day we had
cold, maybe freezing. No,
it was
it was not at 32 or below.
no, that's true. The water temperature on 3 or 4 days in a row was 58 degrees. It was a little chilly. And then one day it was 75 degrees and beautiful.
There
so
you
that
go.
was nice.
You got one day.
Yeah.
So-
Went to Holland, Michigan as well. Went up there for Father's Day. My wife asked me what I wanted to do. I was like, just us, me, my wife, and my kids. That's it. And we went to Holland and went to New Holland Brewing. And Jeff, what do you got there that you're tasting?
Oh, I am drinking your Concord Grape Goes. It is a sour, grape flavored sour.
Never seen it before. I love New Holland. It's my favorite beer. So if anybody wants to send it to me, let me know.
New Holland, you can send it to them. Did you talk to them about a sponsorship when you were there?
Yes, they kicked me out.
Oh.
So they do have a Cerveza Mexican beer. Looks good. It tastes good. So do you like it?
Yeah, I do. It's going to be gone real soon, and then I'm going to be beerless.
Scab Jeff, you like it?
I do like it. It's, I didn't think I would. I'm not really into the fruity
Sour.
beer, but the sour kind of works with it. Like
It's not overly sour like a lot of Goses I have. So
tart. I think is the word.
I've not seen this New Holland down in Cincinnati, so that's why I got it. I got a lot of beer up there. My wife and I both did. And then I also I'm drinking what my wife
you
bought.
brought beer across state lines.
No, we shipped it.
So much better.
Well, the post office did it.
You're allowed to bring your own private use
Oh.
beer across lines.
You'll never catch me, beer baron.
You just have to roll down your window and say that you declare it as you go across the state line.
I did declare bankruptcy going across. No, you gotta declare. I declared it, Oscar. I'm drinking Truly Hard Seltzer, raspberry lime. It's not bad.
That's the new in thing is hard.
Yeah, my wife
seltzers.
has never seen it, so she brought a couple cases with us. A couple packs, sorry, not cases. And I like it. It's not bad. It's not something I would drink always, but it's kind of fun to have. So, and my wife, I got this out of the fridge, and my wife goes, they're going to make fun of you for this. I was like, no, I feel pretty secure. It's a beer-safe environment.
I'm not going to make fun of somebody for drinking something they enjoy.
I didn't know that was an option. I figured I'd be ostracized for another 4 months if I did. Or I totally would.
Okay, there's no addendum this week. It's just going to be, it's been 4 months. That's the title of the show. Change Brewed.
You can't approve your own change.
Oh, I did. While we were out, we got presents and gifts and tons of stuff galore. And we want to thank people. First, for Father's Day, I got a poster. 100 movies to scratch off the bucket list.
Oh, is that one of them where you scratch off like a lottery ticket?
Well, yeah. And then it has, like for Snatch, you scratch it off when you see it, and there's a dog with a cone around its head. So it has a little thing. Like Fight Club has soap on it.
Do you have to start over, or can you scratch off the ones you've already seen?
I'm doing other ones I've already seen, and then go from there. There's a lot of movies I haven't seen.
Because I'd
don't
probably
think
have to rewatch Snatch because I don't think I watched it all the way through or paid attention when I was watching it.
I really don't want to see Snatch.
I tried to follow Brad Pitt's talking and got lost pretty quickly.
So there's a lot of movies in here.
So Snatch is on the 100 movies to watch?
Yeah, it's a scratch off bucket list. It's not the most essential. It's
Oh,
just,
I know. It just
In
kind of...
Bruges.
In Bruges.
Bruges. That's a funny movie.
That's a good movie.
I
I
have
love
seen
that movie.
That movie has the best rant using the word cunt.
Cool.
That's the one with Colin Farrell?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wall-E. Wall-E's on there.
I haven't seen Wally.
So, let's see. The Goonies. Ugh.
Goonies is better than you say it is.
Life of Brian.
Oh, Life of Brian is one of the best movies ever made.
Alien. I don't think I've ever seen Alien.
You know, I realized that I've seen Aliens, but I don't think I've ever actually seen Alien.
Yeah.
It was on a couple weeks ago.
Aliens or Alien?
Alien. Mm-hmm. And I for some reason thought I had seen it, but I was watching it and I'm like, none of this seems familiar to me.
12 Angry Men.
It's a good one.
That's
You know,
very
I
good.
have not seen the 57 Sidney Lumet version.
That's the one.
Yeah, I've seen the made-for-TV movie
Tony
from the
Danza?
90s with Tony Danza.
Actually, that's the next one. Tony Danza version. It's a Detroit movie. 3 Idiots.
3 Idiots. I haven't even heard of that.
No.
Well, I don't know that one either.
E.T. Ugh.
Oh, E.T. was...
Spielberg.
First movie on the list, Shawshank Redemption.
Well, you haven't seen that one yet, have you?
I've only not today. The Dark Knight, just giving you some Groundhog Day. The Shining. Drive.
I see Groundhog Day over and over and over again. Oh, wait.
Seven Samurai.
I need to see that.
You haven't seen Seven
I've not
Samurai?
seen Seven Samurai. Seven.
I don't think
Samurai.
I've ever seen the whole thing.
I've seen the remake of the
well-
Magnificent Seven. Is that close enough?
It's pretty close. I'm not surprised that he didn't get through a Japanese language film.
The Great Dictator. Charlie
Oh, the
Chaplin.
Chaplin.
I'm aware of what the that's a 1940s movie.
We'll get to that. Let's see. Mary and Max.
I haven't heard of
I
that.
don't know that one either.
Shaun of the Dead. Truman Show. Love that movie.
I do like Truman
Oh,
Show.
Wizard of Oz. Spirited Away.
Wizard of Oz.
Spirit Away.
Not a 40s movie.
I know. 1938.
9.
Yeah, it's 39.
Was that when it was up for Oscars, or
That's
is
the
that
year it
when
was released.
Goodwill Hunting. Let's see. Oh, God, Gladiator. That does not age well. Gladiator.
I haven't seen Gladiator probably since 2001 or something.
Yeah. So the rumor is that I'm going to start scratching these off, but I'm not going to hang it up yet because
Well, it's easier to scratch off if it's hung up.
I can't say for sure. But there's a rumor that we might be getting a new studio soon.
What? Well, I'm not going to spread that rumor because if it turns out to be false, my hopes will be dashed.
I don't think it's going to be false. I think after all these years, we might be getting a studio, like an official studio.
As good as the blokes over at 365 Flick Studio?
We're going to have a door to ours, a private door, and we're not British, so we're win.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
Oh, and you can find us in the UK on...
Nerdly.co.uk. Good day, mate.
Hello, Becca.
I'm a queen. I'm on welfare. Cheeky cunt.
I really want this, so I'm taking a picture so I can find
Oh, I thought you were taking. It's my Father's Day gift. Let's see here. So that's not the first thing. That's not the only thing.
Yeah, I'm about to say that was the first thing.
Well, that
That literally was the
and a
first
possible
thing
new
that
studio. Possible new studio by the end of the year at the latest.
Oh, man, this has me worried.
Now we got something better. Well, not better, but we have an Oreo challenge here. We did like a quadruple stuff or whatever that was. The most stuff.
Most stuff, yeah.
And we did Game of Thrones Oreos. And now we got Oreo Marshmallow Moon. What do you guys think about that?
I'm not sure what Marshmallow Moon is.
But
it
I'm
moon?
just
Oh,
a-
probably Moon Pie.
I'm just
flavor.
imagining how well this will go with grape tart beer.
I don't know. It's not going to go as good as with raspberry lime. So we are going.
So this is in honor of the 50th anniversary of the moon landing?
That is correct. And we're going to stream this live on Hobie's Facebook page.
Oh, no.
So be ready. So
I got to start looking my best.
let's get this set up. And we have the Oreo Marshmallow Moon Challenge coming up here. Game of Thrones didn't taste any different.
No, it was just the regular cookie with Game of Thrones imprints on it.
Scab Jeff, open those up. Open those up. Let's see here. What do we got? There's the Trulio. Hard seltzer. He's got the New Holland.
Oh, hey, you want to show the beer, the New Holland beer that the grape goes we've been drinking?
It's not bad. It's not bad. We drink more
So
than
do
one
we-
of them.
Do we grab one, or
You
I
can
don't?
have 2, 3.
You can.
I don't
have-
know how the how
can have a
the
third of
challenge
the
works.
pack.
Here's the
The
challenge,
challenge
though.
is
However
eating
many
them.
you grab, you have to eat.
I have to eat 3 because that's what I grabbed.
There's our green room. Okay, let me see here.
All
Let's
right.
see what we
They got moons on the front.
How many did you grab, Jeff?
A 3.
Okay, I grabbed 2.
That one's got a moon. That one's got a space shuttle, which never went to the moon. But hey, why not? And an astronaut
Neither did man.
standing on the moon.
Neither did man.
Oh, he did. He's on this one right here.
No, I don't believe him.
He's on the cookie. The cookie doesn't lie.
Oh, the cookie. Well, there's a rocket on here.
Well, I got a space shuttle, but that has nothing to do with the moon.
Oh,
Oh,
I got a
wait a
space shuttle,
minute.
too.
It is purple cream.
Yeah, it is purple cream.
Purple. All
I'm a
right.
little scared.
That'll go well with my grape beer.
It very well could.
Let's see
Here
here.
we go. Makes for great radio to listen to us chew.
It's not bad.
I kind of like it.
Oh, there's a grape. Or not grape, but
I'm trying to remember.
I can't place the taste.
Yeah, there's something that tastes like that.
I don't know what it is.
Some
though.
candy that I've
Like
eaten.
s'mores, like graham cracker, and
I don't know.
Like there's some flavor in that it's more than marshmallow. I'm gonna lick the cream without the cookie and see if that does anything different.
So sexy. So sexy. So sexy, Jeff.
Oh, don't eat the cream straight. Nope. Straight cream, not good.
Is that good? Let's see.
I think there's some breakfast cereal that was flavored this way.
Smurfos?
that does sound familiar.
No, that wasn't Smurf Berry Crunch. That was one of my favorites. I would remember.
Lucky Charms.
Yeah, you're right. It's Lucky Charms. It's the marshmallows from Lucky Charms. That's what.
Is that what it
That's
is?
exactly the marshmallows from Lucky Charms. Good call.
I should have thought that. Oh, marshmallow. Yeah,
If you eat the cream, it's not bad.
you got to have the cookie with it.
I'm not saying it's good, but do you see they're making Captain Crunch cotton candy berries? Like a whole thing is
I don't
cotton
think-
candy cereal.
I have not.
That is So where would you put this? Is this better than the most stuff?
Yeah, the most stuff was way too much frosting
Okay.
in proportion. The proportions were so off.
Sorry for chewing in the mic. Let me move back here. Yeah.
I like the most stuff.
The most stuff was a lot of cream.
Double stuff is too much cream.
No. I like double stuff.
No, regular stuff is the regular stuff. The normal Oreo is the right amount of mix, and when you add too much frosting, it ruins the cookie. All right, cookie number 2. I'm just going to put the whole thing in my mouth.
That's fine. That's what she said. That I like the design. You can see the design better than you did on the Game of Thrones. The Game of Thrones ones were lackluster. You couldn't tell if it was a dragon or, Dark Phoenix or whatever she is, Arya, or who is that girl? Who's the woman that plays her?
Arya?
Yeah. Doesn't she play the Dark Phoenix?
No, Sansa.
Oh, she's awful. She is awful. Here's my beer.
I think I'm going to go see Dark Phoenix tomorrow since we're not recording.
You know what? I'm going to tell my wife I'm going to see Dark Phoenix. I moved the podcast just for her birthday, so then I'm
So
going
now
to
you're going to go to the movie.
Yeah, I'm sure that would go over
Yeah,
well.
she'd love it.
She doesn't want to go.
I'm sure Jim and Blake, who had other things going on
I
tonight,
know.
would be thrilled that you changed it so you can go watch the movie.
I would say that I feel bad for them, but fuck them. They made fun of me all last week. And how
Did
dare
they?
you make fun of my impressions?
How dare we not? I mean,
Michael
it's-
Caine.
He looks really mad. He's
Michael
not
Caine.
joking here.
his impressions aren't good.
They're not bad.
Although I liked how you helped me out getting the stuff ready to put up onto
On Libsyn.
on Libsyn to release it, and then
I did a short narrative.
you did
before.
a narrative guessing what we were going to talk about.
How good did I do on the description?
I talked about Origins.
Yep.
That was about it.
You guys went a little crazy. Shenanigans without me.
I think I added the word shenanigans.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm
I
taking
think
credit.
I did. Maybe I did.
Change
I don't
approved.
remember.
Anyways, so Jeff, what's your Scab? Jeff, what's your final say on the Oreos?
They're okay, not as good as regular Oreos,
Okay.
but he's completely right. They're exactly like the Lucky Charms marshmallows.
It's like chocolate Lucky Charms.
So we have a listener that is infatuated with Jeff, and who isn't? His name is Nick Albright, and he's a great listener to the show. We appreciate it.
See, he listens.
Yeah, Scab. From time to time, we
That's
do
why
get
I'm not on, except for every 4 months.
from time to time we do get presents. We've been overwhelmed in the 5 years here of how many presents we get from hockey jerseys, personalized hockey jerseys from Nickel, who's now missing in the Outback, to Dez with Riverdale. I mean, to comic books from Dev. I mean, we get a lot of stuff from Doug, #1 fan. He always brings us stuff, and we appreciate it. Scab Jeff brings us books to burn, so I mean that's really good. He brings us a llama head. So we get a lot of good stuff. Andrew from Cincinnati Comic Expo, September 20th through 22nd, brought us Phil Coulson's autograph that says "To Hobie" from Clark Gregg. So,
Now, granted, We accept these gifts because we let you know that we can be bribed
For floppies.
For floppies by most people.
But we get a lot of gifts from a lot of people, and that's only hitting the cusp of it. Scary thoughts, everybody. Doug is number one, though. We'll give Doug credit.
Oh,
But-
that's because he insists on bringing stuff every time he comes on.
So,
And since he listens, he's invited more than every 4 months.
Nick, so I had my niece stay at my house because we were on vacation, and my wife's like, "Oh, you shouldn't get any packages." I come home to 4 packages, and she's like, "I didn't think you were supposed to get any." I was like, "I don't know." So,
Well, I'm glad someone was here because when I talked to Nick, he's like, I listened to your show and Jason's out of town and I think I sent some packages his way.
so these are all from Nick, and I'm going to let you open them, Jeff.
You already opened it.
Well, I didn't know if they were bombs or what there was going to be.
Oh, so you opened it thinking it was a bomb.
No, I didn't know if it was for me, actually, because it's addressed to me.
Yeah,
So I didn't know. So this is for you.
it is for me.
Yes. There's a card.
Oh, a gift for you. Oh, I'm reading the message. Hi, Jason. I love Jeff. For my sweet, sweet love. From
Yes.
Nick.
Yes. And what is it?
And it is
a puppy.
Oh, holy crap.
What'd you get?
I got the PS4 version of The Last of Us Remastered.
Yes. It's the only version because it doesn't come out on Xbox.
Oh, okay.
It's a PS4 exclusive.
Wasn't it also PS3 too?
Maybe. Anyways, I almost kept that and said, "Oh, I didn't get it," because I really wanted to play that game. But it looks good.
Yeah, well,
After you
have
get
to-
done, I'm going to borrow it.
That's fine. I will say we had a discussion about this game,
Mm-hmm.
and he told me like, "Oh yeah, I checked on online, and they're selling it for $9.99." And I had mentioned that I have $10 in my PlayStation wallet for I don't know whatever reason PlayStation gave me $10 to put towards purchase
For
of
you.
something. It's in my wallet under my account, and I haven't spent it yet. And I'm like, "Oh, sweet, that sounds perfect." So I go to buy it. There's tax. It was like $10.62 or something. I'm like, can't buy it. I only got $10. You ain't getting my credit card number, damn you. So yeah,
But you got it now.
but now Nick sent it, and thank you, Nick. Now I can play.
And we got more stuff. Here's another one.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Going live. This is from Nick Albright.
Is there a card on this one too?
Oh, I didn't read the cards. And the reason I opened the presents is the packages because I didn't realize that they were all to me. I thought they were
yeah.
to me.
Well, apparently, yeah. Nick was like, maybe I should just get your address.
No, it's
And
more fun this way.
And I'm like, you're kind of stalkery. Maybe you can just send them to Jason.
Yeah.
But hi, Jason. This is for Jeff and his banging body from Nick.
Oh.
Ooh.
Now, I will say you have a couple more presents. I'm keeping one of them at the house.
Holy shit. Expedition, the role-playing card game.
Look at that.
All right. I don't know this one, so I will have to get to know this. 1 to 6 players ages 10 and up can go on adventures in under an hour, regardless of their role-playing experience level. Meaning Jason,
Oh, yeah.
because
yeah.
you got a 0 role-playing experience level.
Yeah, I don't know role playing. Except in the bedroom.
No, you don't even know that.
I'm Princess Leia.
Oh, not the lamp over? Are we still
That's-
on Facebook Live?
No, we're on Twitter Live.
Holy motherfucker.
Oh, no, there's more.
Well, yeah.
Nick, you're too nice.
You,
Look at that.
Game wingspan.
It's like Christmas, Jeff.
It is like Christmas, and there's no card on this one. Or
I didn't see any.
if there was, Jason lost it.
Have you ever played this?
I have not. This is a new, kind of hard to get game. Well, probably not anymore, but it was hard to get because they only printed limited copies to begin with, and it took off. And a lot of people bitched and complained that they purposely kept it scarce
Well, why wouldn't you?
when they're like, it's a game by an unknown designer about bird watching. We didn't think it was going to take off.
I'm intrigued by that.
But it has very great write-ups, and I am intrigued by it. And
So this is
geez,
another
what
one.
the hell?
This is the last one. I'm keeping this at the house because my son has wanted this game for since he saw it about 6 months ago. So it's yours, Jeff, but I'm keeping it here as a finder's fee.
Oh, okay. Okay, Nick, you're spoiling me.
Nick, you are spoiling us. I do appreciate it.
Oh, yes. Santorini.
Yes, my son is really excited to play this.
This one has a note. Hi, Jason. This is for Jeff. Thanks, from Nick. That was not as fun as the other one. That was probably the first one.
Yes, it was. So show them the cover.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Let me put the box up. It's Santorini. It's a game about building up a city like in a Greece city or whatever, and you have to follow rules and patterns or whatever. So one of a really highly regarded game that came out a couple years ago, and it was another game we discussed. And
My oldest has asked when you're coming over to play that.
I saw him playing Bunny Kingdom when I got here
Yep.
to the studio.
We've played Bunny Kingdom 7 times or 8 times now.
All right.
I think we played it 4 nights on vacation.
All right. So
So there you go. Jeff, you want to say anything, Nick?
I want to thank Nick. He's spoiling me. He's making me feel like I didn't put out enough.
Well, that's your own fault then. You better go visit him. So thanks, Nick. So there you go. We got 3 tabletop games. I mean, this is everything. I come back from vacation and it's like Christmas here.
And it was for me.
Well, Santorini I'm keeping. Well, not keeping, just
No, I can let you borrow it.
So there you go. I'm intrigued by Wingspan. Everybody loves bird watching.
It
looks interesting.
I saw some how to play videos on it when it was getting hype, and it looks good. And everybody says the components on it are top notch. So
Okay. Let's do some listener feedback. We're still recording, right?
yes,
Okay,
we are
good.
still recording.
Listener feedback from Doug. Oh, sorry. This week's listener feedback is sponsored by Nick Albright's Tabletop Games Incorporated.
Ching ching.
When you need a game and some love, go see Nick Albright, tabletopgames.com. .org. .gov. .xxx.
.tv.
Yeah, .net. .aol.
Well, I like .tv because .tv is the country code for Tuvalu. Mm-hmm. But like a lot of tech companies or whatever, like TV because it sounds technical type stuff. So they go to Tuvalu to get the stuff set up for their online presence.
This is exciting.
Apparently, it's like one of Tuvalu's highest, what do you call it, businesses, is just selling domains.
Oh, good for them.
I couldn't have told you that Tuvalu was a country.
Yeah, Tuvalu's a country. It's an island in the South Pacific.
Yes. Sure. Okay. From number 1 fan Doug. What is Scab Jeff's favorite film of the 1940s? Scab, you were watching Casablanca with your girlfriend.
I was.
Why? It's a horrible film.
It's a spectacular film.
You know, they all die. So what is your favorite film from the 1940s?
I was thinking about this. I pulled up all the films, and I'm probably going to have to go with Citizen Kane. I know it's cliche, but it's
Really?
probably the best film to come out of the decade.
Is it the most enjoyable?
Oh, it's a lot more. My second place is probably The Magnificent Ambersons, which is less enjoyable than Citizen Kane, but probably a better movie.
I'm asking, did you pick Citizen Kane just because of how it impacted film? Or do you really sit there and enjoy it when you watch it?
Well, it definitely impacted film because it was decades ahead of where...
No, I get that.
But it's decades ahead of where it should have been at the time. So anything in the 40s would have been a decade at least behind of where Citizen Kane was.
I'm just saying, when you watch it, do you like it just because of how revolutionary it is? Or do you actually enjoy the film, the story?
Or
is it all-
I don't watch the films for the story. I watch it for the visuals and
art.
what the... Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And this is one of the best at that. Or it was one of the best. I think that pretty much any film nowadays is better than Citizen Kane, but...
So you watch
Can a
it.
story ruin the movie, or I mean, save a movie for you, or ruin a movie that looks great visually but a bad story?
Like The Terminal.
Terminal didn't have great artistic look.
And that's Spielberg.
That's why I did it. Because you love Spielberg. You say you watch films for art, but you watched National Treasure before you came over here.
That's a fun movie. It's a fun movie.
That's what Jeff's
okay.
getting. Like,
Okay, yeah, I see what you're saying.
but can a story save a film?
A story can save a film's enjoyment, but when you look at it as your favorite film out of a certain time span or one of your favorite films,
I think we should do a top 5. Pardon me. Next time Scab Jeff comes on, top 5 film, and you only could pick one film from each of the last 5 decades.
Yeah.
That could be fun.
Top 5 from the past 50 years.
Yeah.
yeah, and you
One
should
per
have me onto
decade.
the show to discuss it.
Well, that's why I said next time you're on.
Okay,
4 months.
In 4 months,
so
we
Oscar
will-
time.
Now you'll be on at least by Christmas,
You'll be
Oh, by
you won't
the-
remember
for the
it, but he'll
for
be
the
on.
floppies,
Yeah.
so you can.
so we can
Take
wave it
away
in your
my
face that you
floppies.
don't win a
Wave a
floppy.
floppy.
No, I didn't mean that.
Hey, from Exotic Geek. Good day, mate. Anyone pumped for Jessica Jones season 3? Did anyone remember that it's still coming out?
Yes, I am 3 episodes in.
Do you like it?
I do.
Okay.
Second episode, I think, was directed by Kristen Ritter, so she wasn't in it that much. It centered more around the what's her name?
Her friend?
Patsy, Trish Walker, who in the comic books is Hellcat. So she's becoming a vigilante in her own right, and there's the one episode she's looking for a costume so people won't know who she is, and she goes to like a Halloween store and trying on different costumes, and of course she's trying on the Hellcat costume from the comic
comics.
books, and she's like, no.
I did see that part online, like the little snippet. Scab Jeff, you excited?
Ever since Iron Fist came out, it kind of.
You did hate that.
Well, it was the Marvel Netflix universe was fantastic until Iron Fist came out, and I was willing to give it the benefit of the doubt. And then every series that came out after that had the same villains as Iron Fist.
Did they make a Daredevil season 3?
Yes.
Yeah,
I need to see that. I saw the first 2.
Yeah, and apparently there was a real spectacular fight scene, that 10-minute fight scene without cuts, and it's ineligible to be in the Emmy race
Why?
because it's too long.
Huh.
They only accept like 2.5-minute clips or something for it to be considered for Emmys. I'm like, how the hell are you giving away the Emmy for a 2.5-minute clip? You should have to see the whole fucking thing if you're. I mean, if 2.5 minutes. Emmys suck.
Yes, they do. Let's see here. Listener reviews from Meow God. Meow. Men in Black. International was not bad. Better graphics, CGI, and the story was easy to digest. I don't think anyone has ever said, man, I couldn't follow the story of Men in Black. The woman...
Well, you know what? Somebody told me Men in Black had aliens in it.
What?
And I didn't follow that. I didn't get that.
The woman has more girl smarts in it and didn't come across as just girl power, quote unquote.
what's the difference between girl smarts and girl power?
I guess that she was... I don't know.
I think it means she was smart and not just, there to punch people or be
Maybe they gave her some definition, her character.
depth as
Depth,
opposed
yeah.
to just being the woman.
That scene in Endgame where they all came up and all the girls happened to be together charging
that,
toward
though.
them. No one should like that.
I did.
No.
The
Anyway,
biggest problem I had with that was that's when they gave the gauntlet to Captain Marvel, who doesn't need help. She just fucking blasted the damn ship to pieces by herself. Oh, how are you going to get across there? The same way I got here. I mean, that should have been, like I said, someone said they should have given it to Nebula because Nebula was the one that had the most gain by overthrowing Thanos.
he said Chris Hemsworth was good instead of just an idiot with charm. He gave it a 7 out of 10. I did get another one today from Brad. Not
the
Brad
Cinema
Hargis.
Guys?
Nope.
Not
different-
the cinema guys, Brad?
Nope, different Brad. He saw Toy Story 4. And he said him and his wife love the Toy Story franchise. Favorite Pixar movies.
Yeah.
Love it. He hated the fourth one.
Wow.
Him and his wife hated it. They said there was no reason that they went in with an open mind, and they said they didn't like the story, they didn't like the new characters, and they said it was not very well done.
Wow. I had a coworker who said he saw it over the weekend and said he loved it.
Tim Allen came out this week and said,
He came out this week?
of all the comedians, he's not coming out.
He was just in town.
Yes, he was. Tim Allen said that he pictures Toy Story 4 like Endgame, and that everyone's coming together because there's a lot of characters in this one, and coming back, some old ones and new ones. And he said that don't be surprised if there's going to be some spin-offs movies and shows.
Sweet, a Bo Peep spinoff.
The rumor is that they're going to go to Disney Plus for it. So, what spin-offs could you make?
Slinky Dog.
Slinky Dog.
Well, you could make a Bo Peep spinoff.
Well, you could make a
was
Bo Peep.
She wasn't there since the first movie.
Was she in the second one?
Nope.
Really?
Nope.
Wow. Maybe Ben and or Ken and Barbie Fashion Week.
Yeah, I doubt they'll have an entire thing on Ken and Barbie.
I know it's a joke.
It was a
Fine.
very bad joke.
Michael Caine.
Glad you're back, Jay.
Thanks. I don't feel happy. Anyways, from Michael Lee. I am Michael Lee. If you could face... Jeff, go ahead and say it. You do it better.
Face off.
I want to take his face.
He just told me to say it, and then he went.
Well, you didn't go the whole way. You didn't go the full way.
Because it doesn't say I want to take his. I was reading the outline.
If you could face off, a.k.a. face switch with someone, who would it be, and how would you screw up their life?
So
Now,
apparently,
I'm
I'm doing this to screw someone's life.
going to
up.
say not just the face, but the whole body, like Nicolas Cage and Travolta did.
They only switched faces.
No, they slimmed their bodies down in that too,
Oh, okay.
so they look like each other. John Travolta was pudgy. If
Oh.
he went in with Nicolas Cage's character, what's wrong with your face, your body? I gained a lot.
You gained a lot of weight, but not in the face.
That's odd. So who would you do?
I suppose I'm going political here.
Okay.
I would face switch with Vice President Mike Pence.
Okay.
I would bring the the amendment where you're allowed to try and overthrow the president. That one,
Down the hall.
and I would do that. Then I would resign as vice president and come out of the closet. That's what I would do to Mike Pence.
Okay. Scab?
I can't compete with that.
Let's see. Well, that's a good one. I don't know if I can compete with that
You don't
one.
have to compete. Just do what you're going to do.
Let's see. Probably. I'm trying to think of. I would probably switch with Mark Zuckerberg.
Okay.
I would sell everything, or give it away.
I'm about to say sell everything means you get more and more money.
No, give it away, and then basically that would be it. I would just go off on an island by myself. I wouldn't screw with them at all. Second choice was Nick Albright because he obviously has FU money to give him came, so I'm going here.
Oh, you would do it, Nick Albright, just so you can get close to me.
Yeah. How you doing? Scab, anything?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Or actually, I would probably face off with a wrestler so I could be a wrestler.
I did like Mark Zuckerberg and then just like give everything away to charity.
Yeah. Have a good day.
You know, finance the woes of the country.
Look, cancer's cured.
Well, I don't know if money can just flat out cure cancer.
Oh, no. I saw South Park. Money cured AIDS.
AIDS, yes, not cancer.
And then, here, Flint, you can have water.
Oh, let's not be silly. There's no easy way to get clean water to Flint.
New pipes?
Oh, or maybe just turn back on the water they had 5 years ago.
Nah. Anyways, moving on. Down the hall. Let's see here.
Walk on down the hall.
From Brad at Cinema Guys. Will we ever see Jar Jar Binks again? in the movies or TV shows.
I don't think they will ever try to put Jar Jar Binks in something again.
You don't think?
I see all these memes that are out now about the prequels, and none of them have Jar Jar Binks. He's not even eligible to get into the memes.
He's like you with floppies. You can't even get in the door.
Jar Jar is memeless.
I still say The Mandalorian would be awesome, but the very first scene is Jar Jar walking across, and you see the scope, the camera through the scope, and he just gets shot. And it's either a Mandalorian or IG-88, Dengar.
Was he ever in Rebels? I never finished the last season of Rebels.
No, he wasn't in Rebels, because that was a good show.
It was a fantastic show.
I
It was
think
better
would-
than the prequel.
Would
Yeah.
Ahmad Best come back and do it? Or would they?
I think now he is. He's pretty open with it. He was at Star Wars Celebration and was joking about it and
Okay.
how they've moved on and how the fans have actually embraced him now.
Because I know he was kind of hurt because everyone's like, oh no, we don't hate you, we just hate the character, and he's like, well, yeah, I put a lot of me into the character.
Yeah.
So I know he was hurt by the hatred, but man, it wasn't a good character. But if they decide to embrace the Jar Jar as a Dark Lord storyline, then that would be a great time to bring him back.
That is true. That is true. We got two more. Kevin at Cincy Explorer. What are your opinions about the Incredible Hulk story arc throughout the MCU? More specifically, since Thor Ragnarok.
Since Thor,
Yes.
so so when spoiler alert, when Hulk becomes Smart Hulk.
Yeah.
I mean that actually was my favorite run in the Incredible Hulk comic book was Smart Hulk. So yeah, I don't have a problem seeing
Stamp?
more of that.
I didn't like it, but I don't have the comic background, so I don't have the more fleshed out version of that. But it seems stupid, and it seemed against what I had come to believe the Hulk to be.
They said they equate. I've heard things online, theories that basically it was like a story arc, like a kid's life. In the first couple, he was immature and a baby and a child. Thor Ragnarok, he was a teenager. When he became the Hulk. Yeah, and then in the Avengers, he was becoming older and older. So he was gaining maturity.
Yeah, in Infinity Gauntlet, where he just refused to even come out of the come out.
My issue, I like Mark Ruffalo a lot, and if it wasn't for him, I would have hated the character. So I love Ruffalo with it.
I do have to admit, I think my favorite part of Endgame was when Hawk went back to the past at the Battle of New York.
Yes.
And had to act like he was beating up things.
Yes.
Crash.
Throw.
Really?
And finally, from Professor Number One at Doctor Number One, can La La Land reapply for Best Picture nominee this year?
Yes, I did look up the rules on this, and it definitely can.
How is that possible? They re-release it.
Well, it's real complicated. There's lots of legalese that go. They don't even have to re-release it. They can just re-nominate it for Best Picture.
The good news is Moonlight is also being re-nominated too. So I'm sure nothing can go wrong with that.
I think people now realize that Moonlight was not a great film.
What?
You never
Well,
even
he
saw
did-
it, Jason.
Huh?
You never even saw it.
Moonlight? Yeah, I did.
No, you didn't.
Oh, that was Moonlighting. The TV show. Never mind.
What did the director of Moonlight just release this year?
Oh, I forget.
But it was so much better than Moonlight. It was a great movie.
I remember.
He did Green Book?
No, that was the guy who did Something About Mary.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that was early years.
And I'm not joking. It was the guy who did Something About Mary.
And
Barry Jenkins.
Yeah, that's his name. Barry
That
Jenkins.
doesn't help
What
us.
did he release? Because there was something up in the Oscars this past year.
Yeah,
wasn't
and it was real good. Maybe the best.
But yeah, speaking of
Beale Street could talk.
Oh, Beale
Oh
Street.
yeah, Beale Street was so much better than Moonlight.
Yeah, the guy that did the Green Book was the same guy that did the Oh, what the fuck was
Kingpin.
it? Yeah, Kingpin. I was the one where Greg Kinnear and Matt Damon played Siamese twins.
Oh, God.
The best picture winner directed the one where Greg Kinnear played a Siamese twin.
I did think I see Moon. Nope, that was Moonstruck. Damn it.
Cher?
You know what? I did read the book of it, though. Moonlight? Nope, that was Goodnight Moon. Anyways, okay.
That's the story they adapted to Moonlight. was
Goodnight,
Goodnight
Mush.
Moon.
Oh, goodnight, kitten. Ugh, or cat. Ugh. Anyways, let's do some News of the Geek.
It's time for another installment of the News of the Geek.
Dun, 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 dun. News of the Geek. Per
Collider.
slated for release, when it's finished, CBS All Access is working on a 10-part adaptation of Stephen King's apocalyptic epic, The Stand. Story of a plague that ravages the world and the people, good and evil, who survive it. We've been talking about this for a while.
Yes, I didn't realize it was going to be CBS All Access.
Haven't they been trying to make this for like 20 years?
Well, ever since the miniseries.
They did a miniseries.
Miniseries was spectacular.
It is. It does hold up better than the miniseries.
That doesn't hold up at all.
No. But I like The Stand still. I have it on DVD, and I really enjoy it. The comic book series, if you ever get a chance, Morris, Scab, pick up the comic book miniseries of The Stand. They break it into story arcs, like 5 for when the plague issued, when the plague first comes out, and all that. It's really good. Really well done.
Plague.
Let's see here. The series, which is being written by Josh Boone, the guy who did The Fault in Our Stars.
I'm assuming the teleplay, because
Yes.
that's who wrote the book.
Correct. And Ben Cavell, who did Justified, is in talks with James Marsden for the major role of Stu Redman, the Texas man, who finds he's immune to the terrible virus that overwhelms the planet.
Spoilers.
Sorry.
Just ruined the whole thing for me. I never saw or read The Stand.
Mara, a.k.a. Amber Heard, from Aquaman, meanwhile, is on track to play Nadine Cross, a private school teacher who ends up embroiled with the possible Antichrist Randall Flagg.
Nadine.
Sorry. What did I say?
Nadine.
Yeah.
Nadine.
Anyways,
Nadoon.
this week, Media Rights Capital revealed... You missed my misspellings. Mispronunciations. Revealed is commissioned a 10-episode adaptation of the crime thriller... What? No, that doesn't make sense. Anyways, also, it's not a crime thriller. Whoopi Goldberg is also in talks to play Mother Abigail. Ugh. A
You
spiritual
don't like
leader...
Mother Abigail?
I don't like Whoopi Goldberg. Spiritual leader of the Good Survivors. Greg Kinnear is in talks to play Glenn Bateman, a professor who joins up with Stu on his journey. Odessa Young from Assassination Nation is in advanced negotiations to play Franny Goldsmith, a pregnant woman who falls in love with Stu. And Henry Zaga, which might be my favorite name of the day. He's from New Mutants, which you will never see.
Is it going to be August? They cut it again?
You keep believing, August. It's set to play Nick Andros, a young grifter.
Moon. That spells Nick Andros. Is that the same guy?
No, Nick, I think, was played by Rob Lowe, wasn't it?
Huh? What?
Nick Andros?
Who was the guy who
That was Dobder from Coach.
Yeah, but he was Nick
Nick?
Andros, wasn't he?
No, Nick was played by
he was
Rob
Rob
Lowe.
Lowe?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, the
I don't
deaf
know.
guy.
I told you, I just never saw it. Jeez.
Oh, you did? I didn't pay attention.
Was he the deaf guy?
Yes, I believe so. We will find out here in just 1 second. I will find that for you.
Do you want me to look it up while you
Yeah,
continue
go ahead.
reading?
That
Let's
was
see.
pretty much the end of that section.
That's right.
Well, he can go to the next one then, and we'll interrupt.
If you listen, we go back and correct stuff, Jeff. Scab. Jeez.
Well, sometimes.
Let's see here. Per IO9, the Boomerang streaming service is gearing up for a new Scooby-Doo animated series called Scooby-Doo and Guess Who, which will see the Scooby Gang teaming up with a variety of real and fictional guest stars, including Sherlock Holmes, Batman, Houston Rockets point guard Chris Paul, and Ricky Gervais.
And Tara Reid.
Really? Mm-hmm. Wow. Is she back in your good? Is she you in her good graces again?
Well, she's always been in my good graces, just not the shows.
Does she like Hobie again?
No, No. Oh, God, no.
You mean she hasn't forgotten about us yet?
No.
I mean, we would let her in, but,
First thing she thinks about in the morning.
And
Not
the
that her
last thing
boobs are
before she goes to
offset.
bed?
Exactly.
not that.
Yeah, yes, Rob Lowe played Nick Andros in 4 episodes. In
Okay.
1994.
Then he's not. He's the deaf guy and not the.
Tara Reid, first thing she doesn't think about in the morning is that why is my boob on one bed and my other boob's on the other? No. She'll come on our show one day.
Well, I didn't know Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was in it.
He played the pilot. Oh, that was Airplane. Anyways, as recently confirmed by actor Jaleel White on Instagram, Urkel's going to be guest appearing.
Why not?
You have to. Steve Urkel was the breakout character from ABC sitcom Family Matters, and he was everywhere. After appearing goofy side roles, the character became so popular the entire show he was in was rewritten to accommodate him. He was in commercials, posters, and had his own cereal, Urkel O's.
I remember Urkel O's.
I remember the box cover.
Sam Raimi was in The Stand.
Who was
Yeah,
he?
he was a. I remember him.
He played Bobby Terry in 1 episode.
There was also
1 out of the 4, so it's not like he was a tiny.
But 1/4 of the...
Scooby Doo and the Guess Who gang. Guess Who will begin stream on Boomerang June 27th.
I'm looking forward to a re-updating of Scooby-Doo, because the last time they did Scooby-Doo stuff, I didn't particularly care for them.
They've had a lot of updates.
Yeah.
And I always liked a pup named Scooby Doo when I was younger.
Oh, Pup Named Scooby-Doo was great.
That was a funny show.
But lately they did... they didn't really do a show, and they just do like movies every so often.
Yeah,
new
and
movies
then
would come out. And
They did do a TV series.
they did the one with Kiss. If you look it up, it's great. Google Scooby-Doo Kiss. I Was Made for Loving You.
Mm-hmm.
Watch the video. It's great.
You can put it up on our Facebook page at the History of Bad Ideas.
You want me to do that?
Yeah.
All right.
Peter Ramsey. He directed Spider-Man: Into the Spider-Verse that Scab Jeff has not seen yet. Best movie of the year. But he was earlier involved in a much different superhero project. He was a storyboard artist for J.J. Abrams' wild and unmade Superman movie, Superman: Flyboy. Have you ever read this script, Scab Jeff?
I have not. Is it Flyboy or Flyby?
Flyby, whatever. Flyboy
sounds better.
Have you ever read? Have you never read it?
I've never heard of it.
I think you should go online and read this script. It is batshit crazy. Let's see. Ramsey took to Twitter to share some storyboards he made for the film, which was conceived and then abandoned in the early 2000s. From an artist and creator as talented as Ramsey, they're pretty great and much better than the script they're inspired by. Their first set, posted by Ramsey, showcased a couple of simple but iconic and dynamic Superman shots. The hero flying over the planet, through the city. In later shots, he seems to be pursuing Ty Zor, the Kryptonian villain of the film. The second set of storyboards features a mid-air battle between Superman and Ty Zor, which is very Dragon Ball in an appealing way. And
Sure. Very Dragon Ball in an appealing way.
yeah.
As opposed to those
if you do
unappealing
go online, he does
dragons.
have some cool storyboards. Basically, Flyby was crazy. It was included in not at all exploded Krypton. That never blew up. Lex Luthor, who's a UFO hunting CIA agent, and spoilers at the end, he's Kryptonian.
What?
It certainly would have been more interesting than Superman Returns, but it was not a good script. There was parts of it that Brainiac was in it. I think at one point there was a super dog, and I think his Superman's cousin Supergirl shows up too. But it was not good. And Scab Jeff, I encourage you to go read it, just because of what he does with it. The Luthor part was the crazy part. Like, he's hunting him down because he's a alien hunter, and then it comes to find out he's Kryptonian. I'm like, no.
It sounds like one of those, here, this food's really terrible. You got to try it.
Yes,
I always do.
you do. You do. Like,
This stinks. Here, smell.
also, has anyone watched Card Sharks or Press Your Luck on TV? The new ones.
Oh, the new ones? No.
No.
I watched the old ones in the 70s
I did
and
too.
80s.
Joel McHale does Card Sharks.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He's enjoyable.
I thought that was Snoop Dogg.
No, he
No,
does.
Joker's Wild?
Joker's
Yeah.
Wild, yeah.
Okay.
How dare you?
I really like Joel McHale.
It just started last week or 2 weeks ago. I DVR it now. I really enjoy Card Sharks. Press Your Luck, Elizabeth Banks. Not good.
Not good.
Elizabeth Banks isn't bad. It doesn't hold up the whole plot, the whole press your luck game.
Yeah.
It really doesn't.
No whammies, no whammies. Do they say that?
Yeah, they still have the whammies and all that, but it's not good.
I remember when they tried to update that, was it 10 so years ago on Game Show Network? They called the show Whammy.
Yeah,
And other than having Whammy steal your money, it was nothing like the actual, the original. And
this one is
bad.
but I was DVRing it and then I stopped because it was not good. But Card Sharks is enjoyable.
Let's say I know I've watched some of the what the hell, the one with Alec Baldwin,
Match Game.
Match Game. I always loved Match Game as a child. It's not quite as enjoyable, and Alec Baldwin's a terrible host.
And a terrible person. Can we just say that?
Oh, I mean, come on, different. Yeah, people are terrible. We're not terrible or whatnot. I'm not going to judge his overall ability right now, but
He'd like him to come on the show. Doesn't care about Tara Reid, but Alec Baldwin, if he were to happen by.
Well, at least Alec Baldwin has a career.
Oh,
Tara! Yeah, there's also, what's the one that Anthony Anderson hosts?
to tell the truth,
Yeah, that one's not bad. That's enjoyable.
I didn't like the stuff they added to that.
Are these all on network TV?
Yeah, CBS.
Well, I know that a couple of them I didn't
Yeah.
know.
Joker's Wild? Is that CBS?
No, Joker's Wild is on.
CW?
I don't know. I think it's
Actually-
cable, like TBS or something.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, I think.
No, I would recommend Card Sharks. It's enjoyable. I've liked it. Joel McHale doesn't he looked a little stiff the first episode, but then he started loosening up as it went on.
See,
And
I
he was
know I used to watch Card Sharks, but the excitement of flipping cards at the
it's
higher, lower
ridiculous.
is-
And he was also just in a guest spot because my wife and I are catching up on The Rookie with Nathan Fillion. It's gotten a whole lot better. It got darker.
Cancel that yet?
No, it got renewed.
Oh,
It got darker. Like the more it went on,
they killed more people.
they did. And there was a big surprise killing, and we're like, "Whoa, didn't expect that." But Joel McHale plays he guest stars in it, and I love him. He's just awesome in it.
Don't know how you can love Joel McHale and don't watch Community.
Easily, Community sucks.
It doesn't though. Did you hear? They might have a made-for-TV movie.
Yeah.
Really?
They might have their 6 seasons in a movie.
It's such a good show.
It was the best show of the 2000s.
Maybe the best show of all time.
Ooh.
Best comedy half-hour show.
Have you ever
of all
watched
time.
a comedy? No. Anyways, did anyone see on our Facebook page History of Bad Ideas today that I posted somebody put Pennywise into the Cheers intro? You know how they do.
Oh no, I did.
Somebody online
Like
started,
in the drawings,
Yes.
the placemat drawings
yes,
or whatnot.
and like before you go into the bar, like at the top of the steps, he's there with a cane or with his umbrella, like as a plain person, and then he's in the background on couple, and they're like, "Oh my god, that is creepy. Make it stop."
I'm gonna have to watch that then.
It's just enjoyable, something that they did.
I put the Scooby Doo Kiss mashup on the
Facebook?
page. So.
You know what, Jeff? What are you doing September 20th through the 22nd?
I'm gonna be at the Cincinnati Comic Expo.
Scab Jeff, what are you doing?
I think I might show up.
You know what? That's better than what Blake is. Anyways, we got a lot of Gotham people going to be there. Marine, say your name.
Now you got me confused. Morena Baccarin.
Thank you. Ben McKenzie is going to be there.
Yes, Ben McKenzie will be there.
And also, we're going to have David Bradley from The Who and The Strain and Harry Potter and
David Bradley is not from The Who.
Dr.
I was kind of
Like,
questioning that. But I'm
what did he
I don't know.
replace the drummer after he died?
like, I don't know enough about the Who. But
Colin Goff is going to be there. He was the voice in My Hero Academia and Five Nights at Freddy's. Garrick Hagon, who is Biggs from Star Wars, is going to be there.
Right, Big Starklighter.
Yeah. Alan Harris, who played Bosk.
I feel bad for I forgot his name now. The guy doing Biggs. When you realize like the majority of his scenes were all cut.
Yeah.
He actually had
A pretty decent part.
Like early on, like before they ever leave Tatooine, he had like a couple of scenes or whatever, which made a lot more sense when all of a sudden, hey, there's my best friend who we've never ever seen yet. And I mentioned him once because he got to go to the academy.
Flight Academy. Bernard Hill from Lord of the Rings and Titanic. One of my favorites, Ernie Hudson from
Yes.
Ghostbusters and The Crow. Just
And
watched The Crow the
Congo.
other night. The last 50 minutes of it was on.
Josh, bang, fuck, I'm dead.
Josh Keaton, who was in the Spectacular Spider-Man, the voice of, and the voice of Hercules from Disney.
Hercules.
Not that one.
That was better though.
Sean Mayer from Firefly.
Firefly.
Yep. Let's see here. Ben McKenzie, we already talked about that. Justin Min from Umbrella Academy.
Yes, and
Emmy Raver Latin.
Emmy Raver, yep, from the Umbrella Academy. So a couple of Umbrella. I'm so looking forward to season 2 of that one coming out.
Nichelle Nichols from Star Trek.
Oh, that's the big one.
I like that one.
It's probably like her last tour or something. So,
Yeah, around this area.
So go see Nichelle Nichols.
Brett Spiner, who's Data from Star Trek. And Alan Tudyk.
Oh yeah, from a lot of things.
And Will Wheaton.
Will Wheaton.
D&D. Super fan. So there you go. There's just some of the guests that are coming September 20th through the 22nd. Get your tickets at CincinnatiComicExpo.com. Follow them on Facebook. And you can follow us on the History of Bad Ideas on Facebook, and we'll get you up to date. So, this is the week that Hobie has their own promo, Jeff, on Danger Entertainment.
All right, so we're going to play our own promo?
Hey, you should listen to us. We're awesome.
Yeah.
And if you do, thank you for listening. Send us presents. Thanks, Nick. No, I'm just kidding. Thank you. And also, real quick, I want to apologize to Pittsburgh Nerd and the city of Pittsburgh because last week Pittsburgh was made fun of, and I was not there to stop it because I would never make fun of Pittsburgh.
I think you instigated the Pittsburgh making fun of.
Not last week. But for the person in Alabama that listens that we insulted, fuck you. Okay, moving on.
Although I do have to say, I don't remember what we said about Pittsburgh. I don't remember making fun of it, but probably did because it is pretty much an everyday conversation item is to make fun of Pittsburgh. So
It makes fun of itself.
Yeah.
Damn it!
Oh, you ruined your apology.
I tried.
Well, anyway, speaking of Pittsburgh Nerd.
And welcome to the Pittsburgh Nerd Podcast. I'm Sean.
And I'm Ian.
Hey, Ian.
Yeah.
Did you know you could find us on the Danger Entertainment Network?
Danger.
Danger Entertainment. Yeah, that's right.
Sounds dangerous.
It is. It's a tad bit dangerous. You'd be shocked to find that out. There's a bunch of great podcasts you can find there. Our friends from the History of Bad Ideas podcast, Who the What Now, Besotted Geek. No, they retired. That's right. They retired. But there are a bunch of other great podcasts you can find there, along with us. We're the Pittsburgh Nerd Podcast, and we do pop culture and chili cheese dogs and whatever else floats our fancy.
Yeah,
Check us out.
for sure.
For sure. We're on most podcatchers, so give us a look.
Peace.
It's time for Box Office Bombs.
Thanks, Marty. The bombs. Well, how can we not talk about Dark Phoenix when talking about box office bombs? It's up to a total of $61 million domestically, $233 million worldwide on a $200 million budget, which is an underestimation from most things we hear. They're expecting it to lose approximately $100 million. I hear it's getting ready to be pulled out of theaters after like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So that's why I kind of probably have to see it this week if I want to see it at all.
I wonder if it's worse than Age of Apocalypse.
I don't think it can be.
Age of Apocalypse is so bad.
If Age of Apocalypse came out before the MCU started, it would have made my top 5 this week.
I would rather watch Mel Gibson's Apocalypto than Age of Apocalypse.
Well, who wouldn't, though?
Actually, wasn't
was-
a horrible film.
I don't know. I didn't see it.
It was kind of boring.
Did they do the Dark Phoenix saga on the old X-Men cartoon?
Yes,
Yes.
I did.
And it was still better than the last 2 movies they did it in.
And it wasn't even good then.
No.
It was better than what they did in the movies, but the comic book, it doesn't even compare.
Did you see that they're trying to redo the X-Men animated series? They're going to put it into on Disney Plus.
Okay. I didn't see that, but
Yeah. They're talking, and the original the
So
original
they're going to make
creators.
new
are
ones,
gonna-
is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I remember really liking it, but I was a little kid at the time.
Yeah.
I
So
remember.
it might have been terrible.
It doesn't hold up as good when you look back at it, but
No.
I remember Rogue being really hot.
yes. For a cartoon, she was damn hot.
And she had that southern accent.
Oh,
Pocahontas. I worked with somebody when that movie came out, and he's like, Pocahontas is kind of hot. She's
15.
She wasn't 15 in the movie.
16, sorry.
She was older. She looked 23.
Oh, okay. I am the Raging Cajun. I am. I'm
not
Rogue.
Rogue.
I am Rogue. How you done, Southern girl?
Yeah, that's Gambit.
How you done, Southern boy? I'm Rogue. I do love some peach pie cobbler on the front steps.
That's
with
Probably
some,
his, that was probably his best that he's
with
done.
some sweet tea. I can't touch anybody, but I'll try to. How you doing, Gambit? Why don't you absorb my power? Ooh, is that a Christmas card you're going to throw at me?
So if you're, wow. So if you're in the South, do you have to say sweet tea, or isn't it assumed that the tea is sweet? unless
Girlfriend, it's got to be a
No.
sweet tea.
If you just ask for tea, you get sweet tea in the South.
Sugar,
right?
sugar. You got to bring sweet tea.
I'm not sure how it works.
I don't know. I
You-
don't
you
drink
call-
tea of any sort, but
Sugar, you got to call it sweet tea. You just got to. Because I remember sitting on the porch at my grandma's house eating apple pie and some sweet tea, and it is so good. Rocking there with my Grammy. It was awesome.
how good?
So good. Aqua Teen Force. Oh, no, that's Teen Girl Squad.
Teen Girl Squad. Okay. Anyway, back on track.
Oh, sorry. I'm Rogue.
Shaft made a total of $16 million domestically on a $35 million budget.
What you talking about?
Even with an international total of $22 million, it will lose money.
That's a shame.
Yeah, I didn't hear many good things about it, although the premise makes me kind of want to see it.
I do too. I wouldn't pay to see it, but, you know.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same. Well, what didn't bomb? Toy Story 4 made $118 million in its opening weekend on a $200 million budget.
Not as good as they were expecting. They were expecting 140 to 150.
Oh, they expect too much.
It was one of the lower end of the Toy Story movies.
Well, yeah, that's because it's starting to get old. The
There's
fourth
a-
in a franchise, outside of Rocky, tends to, not do as well.
yeah, but I think it will have more staying
Police
power.
Academy 4, nowhere near as good as Police
Is
Academy
that
3.
Miami Beach?
No, that was 5.
I like Mission Miami Beach. I like Miami
4
Beach.
was 4 Citizens on
Back,
Patrol.
yep, it is. Or back in training. That was 3.
3 was back in training.
Yeah.
2 was,
2 was their first assignment.
Yeah.
Is this like the big weekend for movies
Oh,
in
they're
the
good.
summer, or is that more mid-July?
Next week.
Actually, the big weekend is supposed to be Memorial Day, isn't it?
Memorial Day. 4th of July has kind of lost
around
its
the
luster.
holiday. Yeah, 4th. Well, yeah, Memorial Day and then 4th of July after
July 2nd.
after the end of July. Once you get into August, they used to push them back to August. There's been a couple lately, a couple of August releases that did real well, especially since they're trying to spread out superhero movies.
Yeah.
But yeah,
July 2nd is Spider-Man Far From Home.
okay,
And that's the big one.
that's going to be the big one for the rest of the summer, probably.
I think Toy Story will be fine, though. It will hold its legs. I mean, it will...
Oh, it will. The cartoons always stay in longer
Yeah.
because they might not hit first week, but yeah, they tend to stay in theaters longer.
What else you got?
Child's Play in its second week did another $14 million. No, that's his opening week.
Yep.
Oh, there was opening week of Child's
Yep.
Play.
Made $14 million.
$14 million in its opening week on a $10 million budget.
They were pleasantly surprised by it, the studio.
That's about what I would have guessed.
It looks fun.
It looks. I mean, those are the type of horror movies I just don't like at all. The something is going around killing people just to kill people.
But he's into the communications now, the electronics.
Oh yeah. Well, I don't know about this one. Maybe it's better. The
Well,
old
there was
Child's
a-
Play.
there was
a doll running around killing people. I don't see the enjoyment of that.
There was an article on Deadline.com that was talking about the legal issues that they got into with this film, because whoever released this one owns the rights to the first film, but not the second, third, and fourth ones. So this is a straight sequel to the first one. And then the funny part is that they wanted to behead somebody and put the head on top of a desk to show the child, that Chucky would be beheaded. And they said they couldn't legally do it because they were told by their attorneys that happened in the second one, and it would be too close to what happened in that one, like putting it on the desk and the beheading, that you could not do it.
Wow.
So, and I guess it was the same type of character, like a boyfriend or somebody,
Yeah.
and they said you couldn't do it. I'm like, that's pretty funny that's how legal. Sorry, you can't behead somebody, the boyfriend, because we're going to sue you.
But how much would it really cost to get the rights to Child's Play 2?
3 or 4.
Or 3 or 4?
I mean, is there a
hey,
big
we're
co-
making this. If we give you like $30, could we use some scenes from your movie?
Can I just buy it from Blockbuster, the last one? Yeah, and that was the funny thing. Is like, what's the other studio? It's like a small studio.
You know, I'll honestly, I'll be surprised if they didn't let the copyright lapse on those. It's probably already public domain by now.
well, I was just thinking,
They're like, no one's going to want this shit. Why do we pay to keep up with the copyright?
So let's see here. Go ahead and keep talking, Jeff. I'll tell you about it.
Third, Aladdin made another $12 million, a total $287.5 on a $183 million budget.
Did you guys see that?
God no.
I-
I saw it in the 90s.
I did watch the original recently, and it doesn't hold up.
Doesn't hold up,
It's
really?
not good. Robin Williams is more annoying than he is good.
He does have parts of annoyance.
Yeah, I could see that, and I know they said like all the cultural references or whatever will be lost
Yeah.
on a lot of people. And
Yep, it was not good.
all right, 4 Men in Black International made another $11 million, a total of $53 million on a $110 million budget. I'm sure it's doing better internationally since it is Men in Black International. And number 5, rounding out the top 5, we got The Secret Life of Pets 2 with another $10.5 million, a total of $118 million on an $80 million budget.
So here we go about Chucky. So MGM owns the rights to the first one.
Okay.
2 guys wrote the screenplay for the next 6 sequels.
I didn't know there were that many.
No. So they own the rights to them, somehow. Okay? It's all some legal shit.
Yeah, they found a way to get the rights and blah, blah, blah.
Their names are Mancini and Kirshner. Just keep that in mind. They're writing a TV series of Child's Play, which is going to be different than the reboot because the MGM owns the rights to Child's Play and the new reboot.
So there's like some kind of war going on between the people who originally came up with it and the guy who's written most of it.
So if MGM does a sequel to this Child's Play movie, are they not allowed to call it Child's Play 2 because the other people have the rights to
I
that?
don't know. So Mancini, this Child's Play TV series is going to be on Sci-Fi Network.
Siffy?
Yes. Mancini was asked to be an executive producer credit on the new movie, but he was tired. He was frustrated with MGM's decision to make it at all because
how
he's making his
dare
own.
you want to? Yeah, but they got Luke Skywalker to do the voice.
He said, "We said no, thank you, because we have our own ongoing, thriving business with Chucky."
Wow, I didn't realize. Well, then
My
again, I also
feelings
didn't
were
know they
hurt.
did 7 sequels. I mean, I thought they would have stopped at Bride of Chucky.
This is his quote. Ready? I had just done 2 movies. Forgive me if I sound defensive. They were both at 83% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Wow.
Even though they didn't get theatrical releases, they were well regarded. And I did create the character and nurture the franchise for 3 fucking decades.
Create the character?
I guess he created it. MGM bought the rights to make the movie.
Oh.
and then he went back to write them. I don't know.
Oh, that makes more sense then.
Yeah.
They had MGM had the distribution rights to the first movie. Universal Pictures then distributed Child's Play 2, 3, and Bride of Chucky. And Universal will distribute Child's Play, the TV series.
Okay.
Why is so many people excited about Child's Play?
And then some of those legal things get goofy. Like I know the whole James Bond when they did Never Say Never Again with Sean Connery was not in the
Not
Ion,
canon.
not canon, not in the Ion Entertainment or the Broccoli, whatever it's called. Some other studio, for whatever reason, got the rights. I don't know how it worked, but legally they made that movie. And then because of that movie, they weren't allowed to bring in Blofeld until Spectre. Like, I suppose the rights finally
new
ran
one,
out.
right?
Yeah, the last one.
Yeah, whatever yeah. For the fifth film in the franchise, Seed of Chucky, Rogue and Relativity Media replaced Universal as the distributors, but Mancini and Kirshner returned to Universal this past decade for the sixth film, The Curse of Chucky, and Cult of Chucky. While the franchise hit some rough spots over the years, in terms of critical reception and fan feedback, it does have an 83%, like you said.
I don't think I heard of the last two. I think I have heard of Seed of Chucky.
Cult of
I've
Chucky
heard of
premiered.
Bride of Chucky.
Cult of Chucky premiered at the London Fright Fest Film Festival on August 24, 2017, and was released on home entertainment the following October. Yeah. So
Instead of doing Child's Play, they should redo Problem Child, the John Ritter movie.
that was horrible.
With Macaulay Culkin?
No, that was The Good Son.
Oh, okay.
That was a good movie.
Yeah, no. Because Macaulay Culkin dies.
Just-
Spoiler alert.
Just to answer your question, sorry, Michael. Just to answer your question, what this means for potential Child's Play sequels isn't clear. MGM doesn't own the rights to the existing sequels, but it's possible they'll be able to make sequels to this new reboot, should it prove to be a hit. If that's the case, it could be a more complicated situation when the two separate Chucky continues are playing out simultaneously on the big and small screen. Why is this such a big deal to get this product to the air?
I wanted to get to a point where both studios release a separate Chucky movie on the same day to see which one does better.
Child's Play. A Child's Play.
So now, instead of just having similar movies, like your Armageddon and
They're just going to release the
Impact,
same.
They're just going to release the same movie done two different ways.
And Mancini would be like, I got an 82% on Rotten Tomatoes. They only got 90 or 75.
That made me think somebody had put up on Twitter a thing that had a picture of like Rookie of the Year and Little Big League, and said, something about they release similar movies at the same time, but one always sucks real bad. And I'm like, I hope you're referring to Rookie of the Year as the one that sucked, because that movie was
I
terrible.
like Little Big League.
That Little Big League was okay. Rookie of the Year sucked balls.
I liked it as
But
a
for
kid.
some reason, I think Rookie of the Year is the one that people
They do.
like. And
Well, it's got
remember.
Thomas Ian
Church Nichols.
Not Church.
Thomas Ian Nichols.
My son watched that, like the majority of it when it was on TV a couple months ago. It's not good. Rookie of the Year. I loved it as a kid because I was little, but it's not good.
And Gary Busey.
Oh, Daniel Stern. What else we got? Upcoming?
Oh, yeah. I thought I just read the top five. But yeah. Upcoming. We have, upcoming on June 28th, Annabelle Comes Home. Sounds like the
horror movie.
Horror movie, yeah.
Part 8.
But here's the thing. They don't own the rights to the third and fourth one.
Or The Conjuring, which kind of works in
into
there.
it.
And isn't Annabelle a killer doll?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, isn't that Child's Play too?
Ooh, Annabelle versus Chucky.
Oh.
Copyright.
We'll get the rights to that one.
Okay, so we own the rights to that. Unfortunately, Universal has to distribute it. And Kirshner and Mancini are going to cuss us out.
That works. And also opening yesterday. I want to see that one.
That's about the Beatles never being known.
One guy wakes
Or
up
existing.
and everybody else forgot about the Beatles' existence except him. So
I
he's
think
able to write their songs or become popular using.
I've
their
had
songs.
I'm kind of pissed off about that because I've had fantasies like that myself, and I was going to write a movie about it, and then damn it!
Danny Boyle beat you to it.
Oh, it's Danny. I didn't even know it was Danny Boyle.
Danny
Yeah,
Boyle
it
directed
is.
it, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm all the more excited to see it.
You know what? I don't like the Beatles, but I think it looks funny and humorous. The problem I have is, can it work as a film? It sounds more like a skit on a show.
I think it can work as a film. I mean, they're going to develop characters. It's not just going to
Well,
be a
I know
5 minute
that.
funny.
I know
mean,
that, but
A doll came to life and started killing people.
Can that be a movie or
8
just a
films and a TV series? And
No,
you're
it's been my whole
questioning this this idea that could be fleshed out in any way.
yesterday sounds great.
and honestly, they sing a song that takes them 3.5 minutes. That's the length of a skit anyway.
Yellow Submarine.
I doubt they do Yellow Submarine.
Did anyone see trailers for Stuber with Dave Bautista as the cop and I forget his
That
name.
sounds familiar. I think I don't remember anything, but I do remember like Dave Bautista
Kamuta,
being a cop. What?
Comedian. Shoot.
Kamuta?
No, I know. I'm going to butcher his name. I
Indian
apologize.
guy?
Yeah, I apologize.
Camille? No, that's not his name.
Camille Nagini.
Yes.
Yeah, I did. And I didn't do too bad. It looks humorous. I like. I'm actually looking forward to it. It's only at 7% on Rotten Tomatoes, but it looks humorous. Sorry, I just thought it popped that in my head for.
Okay, I do remember. The trailer
Bautista hires him as an Uber, and basically because he can't drive, it sounds like Taxi, but
Oh, it
better.
sounds like that is not the one I saw.
Saw Taxi with Jimmy Fallon and Queen Latifah.
Yeah, no, but I thought you were talking about Taxi Driver.
No.
No, the Jimmy Fallon Queen Latifah movie was terrible,
Terrible.
but not as bad as Corky Romano.
Oh, got a point. What do we got for buy sell? The stock of.
The stock of Tom Hanks. I am actually surprised. Tom Hanks is only $66.89.
I'll buy. Terminal 2's coming out.
Oh, well, maybe I will sell if Terminal 2's coming
Danny
out.
Boyle's directing it.
I'll buy Tom Hanks. You always buy Tom Hanks.
You should, because he actually owns the rights to Chucky, Child's Play 9 and 10.
No, I'm surprised Tom Hanks is that low. I suppose maybe the last decade he hasn't sold as well, but
He hasn't sold his movies haven't been doing too well.
But Bridge of Spies. Come on, that was one of the best movies ever made. Spielberg.
Damn you.
And next,
But you agree Mark Rylance deserved the Oscar for that? Best supporting actor, Mark Rylance from Bridge of Spies.
I don't remember that. Who was he?
I don't
He was
know,
a
I didn't see
supporting
the
actor.
movie. He was the guy who beat Sylvester Stallone out for Creed for best supporting actor.
Oh,
That's
he
Tommy
was
Moore.
definitely better than.
that's Tommy Morrison.
No.
Oh,
no.
beats. Okay, sorry. Machine Gun.
And also we have Aubrey Plaza at $22.26.
I think she could take off.
I want her to take off because I love Aubrey Plaza.
And her movie's doing well.
Child's Play, yeah.
So I would like to see.
I've been watching some Parks and Rec,
Yeah.
old ones. I don't know if it's. It was the later episodes. I wasn't too big a fan when Leslie is running for council,
Okay, I can understand that, but go ahead.
but it doesn't. Those episodes have not held up well. Season 2 and 3 are funny, but as it got later, I was not. Maybe I need to rewatch the series again.
You're right. I think they were earlier seasons were stronger, but there were some good things throughout the thing.
It was. I'm not saying it was bad, but Leslie Knope kind of got annoying. And Rob Lowe was funny. I love Rob Lowe's character.
Literally the best thing I've ever heard.
Literally. But yeah, I was watching it. I was like, maybe it's just because I watched like this 5 block, that was in the middle of this campaign. Yeah. I was like, But I did like Paul Rudd's character and that was running for council against her.
Oh, that was great. The debate.
I would vote for her. And then when he goes to vote,
He does vote for. You can't vote for yourself.
You can't vote for yourself, right? I don't think that's how it works. No, you can't vote for yourself. Okay. You're voting for me, right? Yeah. So, sorry, just my thing. So, let's do some top 5, Jeff.
Okay.
What's that music mean, Jeff?
Well, top 5. You just introduced it before the music played.
Oh, I did. I just love the music.
Yeah, we're going back to the MCU on this one.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we're going back before the MCU because we're doing the worst pre-MCU comic book films. So films that were made before the MCU existed,
So 2008.
which started in 2008 with the release of Iron Man.
We've done worse comic book films before, but not before this.
But see, what this does is we can't put Green Lantern on the list.
Oh, that's right.
And I wanted to, but it was after
Blake
the
Lively was
MCU.
so good in that.
We can't put Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice on our list.
Or Justice League.
I liked that movie.
I don't know how. I really don't.
It's that opening scene. The opening scene makes it.
Every week, every time you come on,
Okay, Man of Steel. I can't put Man of Steel on the list.
every time you
Or
come
did you like that one too?
I didn't like that one. Although the scene from Man of Steel is the good scene from Batman versus Superman, where Batman goes into the city and the whole city's falling apart.
Yeah, but it ruined every future superhero movie. Nobody can die in the battles. Oh, and then not just Batman v Superman. This is a deserted city district because everybody went home after work. It's 5:30.
It's 5:30 and they all went home. I'm like, oh, it's downtown Cincinnati.
So we got Jeff. What's number 5? Scab Jeff. We'll go Scab. He's the guest.
I have number 5, Batman Forever. It was right after Batman and Batman Returns, and then you're expecting something else. And Joel Schumacher at that time, he wasn't that bad.
Was
and
that
then
Two-Face?
came out.
Yeah, Two-Face and Riddler.
Okay.
And Val Kilmer, right? Or was that
Yeah,
the George?
that's the Val Kilmer
Val
one.
Kilmer. But Batman and Robin may have been a worse film, but I'm putting this one on because that's where
The expectation.
Oh.
It was a cultural shift.
Yes.
A change in zeitgeist.
It's
if you
not
will.
good at all. I didn't put it on there because it's so funny to watch now, and even then, like
I considered that it might have some camp,
Yeah.
some camp appeal at this point, but
that's why I didn't put the next one on either after that because it was so campy. Like, nice to see you.
No, that one. No.
It's not campy. That one's just bad, but it's funny to watch.
Yeah, well, that's going to show up later on my list.
My issue is that I needed to be like, oh god, this is tough to get through. That's my criteria.
I'm going to discuss it later.
My number 5, I hope you did.
Of course you did.
Well, they came out around the same time, and they say it's the pulp era. The Phantom and the Shadow.
I forgot about those completely.
The Phantom with Billy Zane, Slam
Sorry, I'm
Evil.
That and I didn't see them.
I
so
still have the
can't
ring.
Really say
I had no expectations going into the Phantom, and I was still disappointed. It was so bad. It was so bad.
Yeah.
Nothing like a purple leotard running around since New York. Also, The Shadow with Alec Baldwin. The premise is interesting. My dad was so excited to rent this from the local video store, and he's like, "Yeah, we're going to watch this." I was like, "Oh, okay, it's a comic book thing." We
was
watched
that
it.
based on a comic book or was that
radio play.
old radio
Play.
so. It's not a comic.
It became a comic book.
Oh, they did make comic books after the radio.
Yeah.
Well, they make comic books out of
Nope.
everything.
Sorry.
Yeah, but those can count then.
Okay.
Did it come out before 2008? Suck it. Anyways,
Does the comic have to come out before 2008?
it did.
The movie?
It did. And it is so bad. It's just horrible. I can't even put into words. But go ahead, Jeff.
My number 5 is X-Men: The Last Stand.
That was my honorable mention.
It was, as someone who is a fan of X-Men, that one hurt.
You know why I didn't put it on the top 5, Jeff? Because
you
Iceman
are-
actually became Iceman. I love that scene.
There were a couple scenes in there that were good, but the overall storyline was done. Oh, they tried to do Dark Phoenix and they did it terribly.
They tried to do Dark Phoenix and The Cure
And yeah,
of the
they
mutants.
two stories. The whole. God, they thought that the moving the Golden Gate Bridge to Alcatraz was going to be like so cinematically
Yeah.
beautiful, and it was trash. I'm like, fuck you, McGee, or whoever did that movie.
Oh, it was McGee, wasn't
Was
it?
it McGee? No. Oh God, or was it the other guy? It wasn't McGee.
Are you sure?
I'm not sure, but
I'll look it
Brett
up. Keep on.
Ratner. It was Brett Ratner.
That's right.
Fuck you, Brett Ratner.
Because on his Christmas card, I remember reading about this.
Worse than McG. That's how bad it is.
I remember reading about this Brett Ratner. He was so, gloating about directing X-Men. On his Christmas card, him and his family were, their faces were CGI'd or photoshopped over the X-Men, and that's what he sent out for The Last Stand. I remember reading that. And it's like, oh, you deserve to be trashed for this. What else you got, Jeff?
My number 4 is Howard the Duck. Hated that movie.
I don't remember it well enough. I've heard that it's awful,
I
and I
remember-
have seen it, but
Yeah, I remember it well enough to know I hated it, and at the time I, had a crush on Leah Thompson, and Howard the Duck kind of ruined that.
All the right moves. My number 4 is Ang Lee's The Hulk.
See, I didn't hate that movie.
Hated that film. Fucking rabid mutant dogs. And
there
Eric
was-
Banya.
There were some bad parts to it.
Screw
I
Eric
agree.
Banya.
I like Eric Banya too.
And it made me hate Liv Tyler.
Well,
How does that happen?
there's a lot that Liv Tyler's done that would make
Empire
me hate
Records.
Liv Tyler. Well, that was good.
Armageddon?
That would make me hate
Good.
Liv Tyler.
I hated it. I hated that movie. Go ahead, Jeff. What's number 4? Scab.
Richie Rich with Macaulay Culkin.
Well done.
Nice pull. I did not even think of that.
That was good. I liked it.
Yeah, nothing to defend that one with.
Yeah. What's your number 3?
Daredevil, Ben Affleck.
Get out. Get out. Get out.
You like Daredevil with
I
Ben
love
Affleck?
Daredevil. I really do
it's
like
my number 3 too. So
Put it on the board. I like the Daredevil movie. It's not good, but I liked it.
see, I didn't like the Daredevil.
Bullseye was awesome.
And I know, and I apologize if this is going to hurt somebody else's list, but I thought the Elektra movie after Daredevil was better than Daredevil.
See, I don't think Elektra was as horrible as everyone says.
Yeah, everyone else hates it, but I thought it was better than Daredevil. So, but
And
no,
Evanescence.
Daredevil was not good.
Number 3 for me is the old Captain Americas with Reb Brown. They were tough to watch. They are tough if you have not seen from the early 80s.
Did they ever get theatrical release?
Oh, they did it. Did they?
I don't know. That's in my one. I never saw them, so I'm not putting them on the list.
It never says theatrical films.
No, but they're not films if they're not released in the theatrical.
Yes, it was released.
Sure.
Okay, fine. I'll put X-Men Last Stand on it. Number 5, X-Men, and then move Phantom down. And,
Whatever.
Hawk. What's your number 3, Jeff?
It was Daredevil.
What's number 2?
My number 2 is Ghost Rider.
Oh, Nicolas Cage.
Nicolas Cage.
1 or 2?
I never saw 2.
2 had Idris Elba.
Yeah, but I never saw 2 because the number 1 was so crappy. And 1, I don't like the character of Ghost Rider to begin with. And number 2, Nick Cage sucks balls. So you put those 2 things together and you get a shit storm of a movie.
And Ghost Rider doesn't have to be young, but Nicolas Cage did not look the part at all.
Well, no. Nicolas
looked
Cage
old.
just so wanted to be in a superhero
Yeah.
movie.
I thought Ghost Rider had a skull for a head.
He does, but not before he
He
changed.
changes. So when he's Johnny Blaze,
That's who it
Daredevil,
is. My number 2, Dick Tracy.
honorable mention.
Fuck that movie.
I thought you liked it.
No, I fucking hate that movie. Oh my god, that was so bad. And here we got all these great villains. Well, somewhat great villains. And how does Dick Tracy beat them? He shoots them all up when they're driving out of a parking garage. Literally, that's how it ends. That's how he kills 90% of the bad guys. Wow, thanks for that. Oh my god, and the fucking kid in it was annoying as shit. God, I hate that movie. Hate it. Okay, go ahead, Jeff. Scab.
Are we at
2?
my 2? The Mask, Jim Carrey.
I don't disagree with you on that.
He annoys me when he's like that. I like his Truman Show,
Eternal Sunshine.
Majestic.
Eternal Sunshine, Majestic, yes. But
It's what made him popular.
Even I'm okay with
Dumb and
Pet Detective.
Ace Ventura.
I'm okay with it, but The Mask I was not okay with.
I didn't hate The Mask, 1, because I fell in love with Cameron Diaz. And 2, it was okay.
I thought it got annoying.
It was
I thought.
over the top, you're right. And
It got annoying the longer it went on, the film. What's number 1?
I went Fantastic Four.
Which one?
Well, I guess it's got to be the one with
Josh Trank?
2005, was it?
2005.
Oh, 2005 or the new one?
Well, the new one is post MCU. So
Oh, yeah, I guess it is.
I would take the new one, hands down.
Yeah.
That was far inferior to anything
So-
else.
yeah, that would probably be number one on everybody's
On
list.
vacation, we were watching it. I tweeted about this, and my oldest son, who's a big superhero who watches the movies with me, he goes, "Why is he not wearing his Captain America uniform?" And I said,
not Captain
"He's not
America."
Captain America." And he's like, "What the heck is this?" And I was like,
And he's blonde.
and it gets worse, son. It gets worse. And the funny thing is, we were watching it for 15 minutes, and I was like, "Oh, this is the sequel." That even makes it worse.
Silver Surfer.
Yes. Which I will say, Human Torch chasing him is about the only redeeming quality of
But
that
that
one.
was a good scene.
Because he grabs him by the throat and just lets him.
But God, watching
bad.
them over, I think the sequel is better than the original. Oh, like them discovering their powers is painful to
The
watch.
CGI is horrible.
And I like Jessica Alba in the right roles, but she was terrible as the Invisible Woman.
Well, the good news is Fantastic Four...
Better than Kate Mara, though.
I don't think she was.
I would take Kate Mara, I think, over Jessica Alba in it.
I mean, Jessica Alba was in like Sin City, so that was a great comic book adaptation. That Jessica
Michael B.
Alba
Jordan
in.
was good as Human Torch.
As good as he can be
Correct.
for the. I mean, even I mean, I don't blame the actors in that movie that it turned into a steaming pile, but
They froze
I
Dr.
usually
Doom in it.
blame Kate Mara
for everything she
No,
did.
she has.
There's a reason they threw her onto a subway train.
Like, she makes Kristen Stewart look like a real emotional actress.
Oh wow! Okay,
So,
I'm not saying Kate Mara's not one of the hottest people I've ever seen, but
Well,
not someone who.
but she's no Rooney Mara.
Yeah, Rooney Mara. She's like Tom Hardy, or is that his name?
Yeah.
Tom Hardy. Like, he's in all these different movies and he plays all these great roles, and I didn't know it was the same guy in most of them. He's that good.
it was funny because they showed, like, in Fantastic Four 2, we were watching it, Dr. Doom had, like, a quick scene where he's put his mask on and that.
Oh, I forgot Doom came back in that.
Yeah. And my son again goes, "Who's that?" And I go, "One of the best villains in the comic books." And he goes, "Oh." I was like, "In the comic books, not
in
the
the
movies." And he's like, "What did they do?" I was like, they just destroyed him. Don't worry about it." And then my daughter goes, "What does he have on his face?" I was like, "I don't know. Just leave it go." It's awful.
It's the people who write the movies don't understand why the comic books are popular.
My number one, all the Fantastic Four films, even the
Corman version?
Corman version.
Never been released officially.
Sorry. That is true. But we were doing this thing, and my brother, number one fan Doug, texted me. He goes, "There's a movie on Amazon called Doomed, the story of the Fantastic Four movie." About the Roger Corman one.
Yeah.
Pretty interesting. The stars of the movie were really hoping for big things from it. Two of them pretty much did the promotion of it on their own dime. And actor Robert Culp's son was Reed Richard. So there you go. Yeah. But I just thought that was funny that
So that's your number one?
that's my number one. And I even threw the Josh Trank one on because I know it was after, but it was so bad.
Yeah, but you can't put a post-MCU movie on your list.
You know, I almost didn't put the Fantastic Four films on it because I don't care about their characters. That's why I didn't list any Superman films
Yeah.
because I thought Superman Returns was shit. But Fantastic Four
Superman
was...
Returns was golden based on what's coming up.
Well,
on my
I'm
list.
just saying because I don't care about the Fantastic Four, but those were so bad. Sorry, go ahead, Jeff.
See, I didn't mind the Fantastic Four as much as you guys did. It didn't even come close to my list.
What's your number one?
I have a tie. I Hobie.
Oh, of course you did.
I did.
Okay.
Because I fucking hate these movies.
Okay.
It's Batman and Robin and Superman 4: The Quest for Peace.
Is that Nuclear Man?
Yes, that's Nuclear Man. As bad as Superman 3 is, Superman 4 and Nuclear Man are terrible.
Hey, Jeff. Message for you, sir. Let's talk about nuclear power.
Yeah.
Stop shooting me with the message arrows. Oh,
It was subtle.
oh yeah.
His
Didn't they fight on the moon? They
threw
fought on
stuff
the
in
moon.
the sun, and it was terrible. And then Batman and Robin. No, it has no camp value.
Eyes to see you.
It's worse than camp. And he never said that.
I know, but
That's the one line you keep saying. And it's like that's McBain from The Simpsons says that.
It's still better than. Hey Jeff, you know what killed the dinosaurs?
The Ice Age.
Eyes to see you.
Yeah, it's like the setup for that was stupid. What the hell does killing dinosaurs have to do with anything that's going on?
And didn't he sing in it too when he had his slippers and he was in his robe? I'm Mr. Freeze Man or something like that.
I don't remember Schwarzenegger singing.
Oh,
if he did,
it was real quick, but
no, the whole Bat credit card thing was stupid joke. The rocket takes him into outer space and then they jump out of the rocket and surf down.
oh, that was because it was on a safe or something, wasn't it? Like at the beginning,
It was terrible.
the vault was shot into space on it. Yeah,
Aha! You can't get me poison ivy. I wore wax lips.
oh, I forgot about that. But the best interpretation of Bane, right?
Oh, yeah, and Bane. Actually, I didn't hate that Bane. I mean, it was just a big thug who hit a button to pump his muscles. So, I mean, it was negligible of a character at best. Jeep Swenson.
Yep. Any honorable mentions?
Uh,
Had The Last Stand.
I'll put Superman 3.
Richard
I
Pryor.
had Sin City 2 on there.
I never
didn't
saw that.
didn't
Yeah, I
like
don't think
it.
I saw the second one.
It wasn't nearly as good.
Does the first one hold up?
Yeah.
Does it?
What about 302?
I never saw the Xerxes.
Sequel, whatever the
It wasn't
sequel
bad.
was.
It wasn't bad.
I never saw the second.
I like the first
300
one.
movie.
Yeah.
I like the first one.
I have the graphic novel. I like the graphic novel. Let's
Green
see.
Hornet, is that a comic or is that just a TV
That was
show?
after 2008.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Green Hornet?
Yeah, with Seth Rogen.
Seth
Yeah.
Rogen, yeah.
He started making it in like 2005, but he didn't get
But
it.
it's-
Yeah, that was a bad movie.
Catwoman?
See, I could not put Catwoman on my list because that movie is not a comic adaptation. There is nothing other than the title that has anything to do with a comic book character.
I couldn't put it on the list because Benjamin Bratt was in it.
Yeah, okay. But no, it's like that's not a comic book adaptation. It's not a comic book movie. It has the name that is the same name as the comic book, but that's the only thing they have in common.
Let's
But
see.
it was terrible, yes.
Doctor number 1, we had some listener picks. He had number 5, The Cape. They made a movie, right?
Yep, 6 seasons in a movie.
That's right. The Phantom,
Slam evil.
Superman Returns, Superman 4, and Superman 3. I don't blame him for any of this. Honorable mention, Justice League. Yeah, it came out after 2008, but it was horrible. Martha. Oh, no, that was Batman v Superman. Kevin had Cincy Explorer. He had Judge Dredd. That's not bad. I forgot about
the
that.
Stallone one.
That was now a good movie. I am the law.
I am the law.
Son of the Mask, which Jamie Kennedy.
Oh,
Nice pull.
You hate the mask. Watch Son of Mask. Forgot about that one.
The baby. Number 3, Batman and Robin. Number 2, The Fantastic Four from 1994. Oh, that's the Corman one.
That's the. Was that late? I
Yeah.
thought it was even earlier than that. But
Number 1, Catwoman. Honorable mentions, Hulk from 2003, Ang Lee. Howard the Duck. Daredevil. Dare you. How dare you. And Captain America from 1990. Let's see here. Sorry, let's switch over here. Chance. Hey, thanks for...
thanks, Chance.
Blade Trinity. How dare you?
I liked Blade Trinity.
I did too.
I liked it better than Blade 2.
See, I like Blade 2 and 3 better than the original Blade.
I never saw the original Blade.
I was not a big fan of the original.
I never saw the original Blade. I didn't like Blade 2, and I liked Blade Trinity.
But you kept watching. Who had the
Well, I
right?
had to watch Blade Trinity for work.
I think I watched it with
I
you.
think you did.
Hey, Triple H is in it, and the
Yeah.
dog with the fangs. I just who has the rights to Blade 3? Same as Blade 1 and 2. I'm not sure.
It's not Marvel. That's all I know.
I'm making a TV series of Blade.
I'm just making a TV series of Blade Trinity.
Okay.
It's,
And Blade versus Chucky.
Yeah.
And,
Copyright.
mine's just going to have the Ryan Reynolds character and the
Jessica
Biel character.
Which they were trying to do. They were trying to do offshoots.
Honestly, they were my favorite characters of the movie.
I like Ryan Reynolds in it. Let's see here. Jen Adams. What? Had number 5, Ghost Rider. Good call. This is a good one. I forgot. League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Saw that on some lists. I never saw the movie, so I couldn't add it.
So bad.
It was bad.
Hey, you know what this movie needs? More Sean Connery. Hey, let me get into the editing room. What are you doing, Sean? 91-minute movie? I'm in it 89 minutes. It needs more Sean. Fucking Sean Connery.
The only 2 minutes he's not in it is what, the credits?
Yes. Did you know that story?
I didn't know that story.
Yeah.
I was just flabbergasted by your Sean Connery impression.
Name the dog, Indiana. I'm Sean Connery. Anyways, pushy, no,
Sounds more like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
how dare you? No, I guess he, since he was the biggest name on it, he basically used the power to get into the editing room and made himself more. He was only supposed to be in like half of it, and he just kept putting himself into it. And he basically told the director, "I need to be more in it more." So they redid scenes and everything else, and so he's in it like 85% of the movie.
Well, and you heard the story. Like, they offered Sean Connery the Gandalf role in Lord of the Rings, and he said, "I don't understand it. I can't take this role. I don't know what's going on." And then it became a big hit. And so he made the comment that just because I don't understand it isn't a good enough reason to not do a movie. So that's why he did League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Yes.
He admitted he didn't understand it.
And then he was
And then
editing.
he forced them to keep putting more scenes of him in.
Because Billy the Kid or Tom Sawyer, I forget whoever was a character in it.
Tom Sawyer was a character.
Yeah, he was supposed to be the main star of it, the younger guy, and basically he pushed him to the back and said, "No, I'm doing it because everybody wants to see John Quarterman." Is that John Quarterman?
Alan Quartermain.
Alan Quarterman. Sorry, yeah, Quartermain. Corman. Yes,
Roger
John Corman.
Corman.
Anyways, I digress. She also had number 3, Crow, City of Angels.
Forgot there was a sequel to Crow.
There's 3
Forgot there 3 sequels or
3 movies.
okay.
Who owns this? That's done.
David Perrence is in one of them. There might be 3 sequels.
Boreanaz?
Yeah, whatever his name is.
Okay.
Number 1, Josie and the Pussycats.
Oh. Oh, you wound. Was that aimed at me?
No, it was aimed at good taste.
Oh, Josie and the Pussycats is the best movie ever. They even
Dev,
said it in the movie.
the Psy Guy. Love you, Dev. X-Men Last Stand.
Agree.
Elektra.
Disagree.
He hobied it. Hobied that shit. Spider-Man 3 and Blade Trinity.
Spider-Man 3 was not good, but it wouldn't make my worst list.
Oh, it's bad.
And Blade Trinity, I already talked about.
That's Spider-Man 3 is the one with Venom, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was he in it? I don't know. He was only in for like 10 minutes. Ugh. Ghost Rider and Steel. I forgot about Steel.
Oh, yeah, Steel.
Like the DC character, but not because DC said hard pass. It is totally the DC character. I don't know what that means.
I think they made the movie and it wasn't. They didn't talk about it being DC. Or
Oh, okay.
The DC had nothing to do with the movie, but they made the movie anyway.
I like the character of Steel in the comic books. I really do.
I never read a comic book
I really
with
liked
Steel
him.
in it.
Number 1, all the Fantastic Four movies. Hey!
All
Honorable mentions, Daredevil, Blade 2, and Howard the Duck. Joseph Campbell, I'm sorry, not Josh, Joseph Campbell, who frequently is on our Facebook page. We appreciate that. He had Spider-Man.
I'm not sure. Is he talking about the original Tobey Maguire Spider-Man?
Maybe.
Or is
I'm
he
guessing.
talking about like something from
Well, it couldn't be the Andrew Garfield because that was after.
And that was the Amazing Spider-Man. But or
It
is
doesn't
he-
hold up.
Or is he talking about the TV show from the 70s?
I don't know. He's at Doctor Strange with Patrick Duffy. No, Dempsey.
What? Neither?
No. He played
Patrick-
Doctor Strange.
Patrick Dempsey?
Yeah. Yeah. Who played Doctor Strange?
I don't know who played Doctor Strange. Some guy who looked like he had a porn mustache.
Wasn't it David Hasselhoff?
No, that was Nick Fury. We'll get into that.
Well, go ahead.
Look that up.
Yeah, I'll look that up while you.
And the one with the
reading
Hoff.
this.
There you go, David Hasselhoff. That was Nick Fury. Ang Lee's Hulk. That's pretty much it. Those are all pretty bad movies, I agree. Brian Stewart, the person we shall not name. How dare you? 1 through 5, Batman and Robin. It was that terrible.
Wow, that's even worse than I said.
Tamara? She had Halle Berry's Catwoman. It was a piece of shit. I don't disagree.
But it may not be a comic book movie.
It's true. It's up for debate. It's not a movie. Yeah. I will say that.
Well, it did get a theatrical release.
But anyways.
I'm having a hard time finding... Oh, here we go. Doctor Strange, 1978 TV movie.
No, it's not Patrick Dempsey.
Peter Hooton.
Yeah, that's my next guess.
Yeah, just like Patrick Dempsey.
Yeah, you were real close.
Thanks, Jeff. Scab Jeff, thanks for coming on. Let's not make this 4 months again. We enjoy when you come on.
All right.
Sometimes you just have to send our booking department a message. Hey, I want to come on.
Are you free next week?
Apparently, Patrick Hooton is known for being in the original Inglourious Bastards from 78.
But his first name really is Patrick?
Yes.
See, I got it right.
So you were half right.
Oh, I'm sorry,
Literally.
not Patrick. It's Peter. I'm like, yeah, what? Oh, no.
Nope, Patrick.
Peter Hooton.
Change approved.
It's Patrick now.
Let's see. So anyways, bad idea of the week. Being named Peter Hooton. That is bad idea number 819.
We're now naming you Patrick Hooton.
Yes. Roger says goodbye.
Goodbye.
Walking Dead to Talking Heads, from comic books to TV sets, there's a history. It's not so bad, there's the history. It's the history of bad, so bad. The history of bad, it's bad. The history of bad ideas. Podcast.
Addendum. Titles for the show.
Well, I didn't write any down other than the one you said at the first
What's that?
5 minutes. What did you say?
What's that?
It's been 4 months.
Oh, I had a lot.
Oh, okay. You
And
already
then-
named it, so I stopped paying attention.
And then I petered out halfway through.
There were a couple I thought, oh, we already got a name, so I'm not even writing it down.
Did you change the oil? A lot of it was lawnmower.
Lawnmower?
Pour gasoline on it. I just picture you walking in your yard with the gasoline streak. It's like the old Looney Tunes with Wile E. Coyote lighting it. They didn't print that many in regards to his book. And it's been 4 months. So, anything you like, Jeff?
I had, we're still recording, right? I don't remember where that came up, but
We were talking, and Jason asked if we were still recording.
I'm sorry, I thought there'd be a bell.
Was it cookie eating? I don't remember.
Yes.
No.
I think we're not allowed to put names in it, but Tim Allen came out this week.
That's the Taylor Swift rule. Yeah, you're not allowed.
Do you have to
send
call
us
it Sweet Tea in the South?
I just like that.
Annabelle versus Chucky? And
Trademark.
Sounds more like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Hey!
What if we misspell Annabelle and Chucky?
No, because then iTunes won't put it up because it screws it up on the title if you misspell something.
How does it put up Inglorious Bastards?
I don't know.
I mean, what if you...
I'm just talking on the Apple podcast.
Yeah, if you write, like, Anna...
Of Green
with
Acres.
one L or something.
Anyways.
ANABEL. I mean, how does that screw
It's been
up?
4 months. Okay, moved on. Change approved. Roger
4
says
months.
goodbye.
Really? We're not doing sweet tea? Oh, wait. No.
It's been 4 months.
How long?
It's been 4 months.
4 months.
Yes.
Well, in another 4 months. Thanks, Jeff.
You've been listening to Hobie.